Good morning. It is 9 o'clock on January 13th, 2026. Welcome to the Special Magistrate proceeding for the City of Daytona Beach. My name is Robert Riggio. I will be here this morning serving as Special Magistrate. We have a fairly extensive agenda, so I want to try to get some stuff out of the way quickly so that you all know where we're going on this. In these proceedings, basically what I'm looking for, there are two types of proceedings. For those of you who haven't been here before, there are the initial finding of non-compliance. That doesn't involve a fine or anything. That just means that the city has officially determined that your property is either in compliance or non-compliance with the specific items for which you received a notice of violation. However, if you are found in non-compliance, you are then given a certain amount of time to bring it into compliance, or you will appear at the next hearing where you may be subject to a fine. And so those of you who are here for fining, that's where you are now. You failed to meet the time periods that were levied at the previous hearings, and you have not complied and brought your property up to snuff in accordance with city codes. That's a kind of a general overview of what we will be doing today. There are also some lien reviews that involve situations where people are arguing that they should have a fine reduced, because a $100 a day fine adds up very quickly. If you don't get right on it and resolve the matter, you can be looking at a significant amount of fines. Now, as far as the actual process this morning, I'm going to, when we get into the cases, call a case. I will call the name of the respondent and the property address. When that is done, if you could come up to the lectern it would be on your right, my left, and at that point, please state your name, and you will be sworn in, and then obviously the clerk will ask you again some questions like your name and stuff. You will now be under oath, okay? And all testimony here is given under oath, so try to be as truthful as you possibly can. Is my it's on? The green light's on. Can you hear me? Excuse me? Okay. Is anyone else having a problem hearing me? Okay. I'll try and speak louder. That's good. Okay. And at that point where you will be staying there, this member of city staff will then come up and present what the city is alleging is the problem at your property, and whatever efforts have been made to rectify those problems. Following that, you will be given opportunity to respond. I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to say their piece about what it is. And then ultimately, I will make a decision as to whether a fine should be instituted, whether the property is really in non-compliance, and so forth. And if I do find it in non-compliance, then you'll be given an amount of time to bring it into compliance. If there are issues such as you will be taking a spaceship to the moon for the next month, please let us know so that we don't set you for a hearing for next month. And so all of these things are fairly logical and straightforward. And some of you may have been here before, especially the ones who are here for now, the determination of whether a fine is appropriate. Okay. No, I have no problem with that.
I just want to reiterate that, as the magistrate said, for the new cases, if this is your first time here, a new case, you will not be fined today. So I can't stress this enough. You're not going to be fined today if you're a new case. The only issue today is whether the violations on the listed violations that you received existed at the time that you received that notice. That's it. It's not why that you're going to, you can mention you're going to get in compliance, but the only relevant question for the new cases is whether those violations existed or not. The magistrate will ask you, do you agree or disagree that these violations existed at the time of the violation? They exist today. If it's a yes, then you're going to be found in non-compliance, and then we're going to move on to the next hearing. At that next hearing, you have an opportunity to say, what happened, any exigent circumstances, and plead your case. I'm not going to say you don't have the right to argue that case today. It just won't be relevant. And just for time's sake, the only issue for the new cases is whether those violations existed. At the next hearing, at the potential fine hearing, that's when the relevant testimony of evidence comes into play. Thank you.
I will add one thing to that, and that is if you have received a violation and you went out and you resolved it quickly and your property is now in compliance, please so state. But the important thing is the inspectors are ultimately the ones who make the determination of compliance, non-compliance. And if you are in compliance, then the inspector will still, and the inspector hasn't given you the green light yet or hasn't been out there to check, you will have to be found in non-compliance, but the inspector can write you off, and that will bring the matter to a close once they have inspected the property. All right. I believe there are the November 11th, 2025 minutes. They all look in order to me, but I wasn't here, so pending that, whether you want me to approve them or you want to, then I'll approve them. Do we have any announcements? Okay, now at this point.
No announcements.
No announcements? Okay. Are any cases in compliance?
I'm sorry. We do have a couple of Zooms. Case number 39 is appearing via Zoom. Lane Review 6 and Miscellaneous Business, we have a Zoom appearance.
Zoom.
Yes.
Zoom and Lien Review 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we've never
On
had
page 16, Lane Review 6 and the Miscellaneous Business.
Okay.
Both are appearing via Zoom.
Okay. All right. What I would like to do, at this point, we need to swear in city staff who will be providing testimony today.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm informed that the lien review cases are pretty much all resolved, or some works. Yes. There's been discussions, positive discussions, and I'd like to start with those so we can get those folks out of the way. I think they make up a sizable portion of the number of people who are here. And so I would like to start with lien review number 1. SMG 01-2222 Pelican Bay Golf Club LLC, 550 Sea Duck Drive. There is an order opposing fine lien, and at this point there's an amount of fees and interest totaling $23,001.51, and compliance was reached on September 29th, 2025. Okay.
Alana Smith with Cobb Cole Law Firm, One Daytona Boulevard.
Okay. Is anyone here? Is one of your clients, any of your clients here with you? I don't know if there's any testimony or anything, but it would probably be appropriate to have this gentleman sworn in.
State your name.
Andy Bonus, B-O-N-U-S.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Stenson?
Good morning. John Stinson, Code Inspector with the city. My qualifications are on file. We have had prior discussions regarding this lien review. We've come to an agreement. In this particular case, we've agreed to a reduction of $10,000 to $10,000
2, 10?
to $10,000 down to $10,000.
Oh, T.O.
T.O.
I was thinking 200,000.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Hopefully not.
all right.
Yep, I'm just here to say we're in agreements to the stipulations.
Sir?
Yes.
Okay. Therefore, the city have anything further to add? Therefore, in lien review 1, SMG 012222, I hereby order that the lien in that case be reduced to the amount of $2,000, subject to being paid,
10,000.
oh, $10,000.
10,000.
I'm sorry.
I got
That's
you.
in stress two
Get that
so
two
much,
on
I'm
you now.
thinking two. Be reduced to $10,000, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will revert back to the original amount. As I always say, if you run into any problems, please contact the city attorney's office immediately. Okay, so that's $10,000 is the amount of the fine that has been reduced to.
Okey-dokey.
Okay, thank you. Okay, lien review 2, SMG 082106 Pelican Bay Golf Club LLC, 550 Sea Duck Drive. Again, we have an order imposing a fine lien with recording fees, interest, etc., and the total amount as is currently $24,868.03. Compliance was reached on September 29, 2025. Mr. Reckenzone.
There's been an agreement to reduce it to 7,500.
7,500. Okay,
Yep. Works
that
for us.
agreeable?
Yes.
okay. Therefore, in lien review 2, SMG 082106 Pelican Bay Golf Club LLC at 550 Sea Duck Drive, I hereby order the lien be reduced to the amount of $7,500, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will revert back to the original amount. Again, if you run into any problems, contact the city attorney's office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right. Lien review 3, SMG 011703 Amanda L. Sims Ramirez at 124 Baywood Drive. At this point in time, there is a outstanding order imposing fine, lien, together with interest, recording fees, etc., in the amount of $17,175.26. Compliance was reached on December 4th, 2025. Okay. I'm going to swear in the respondents.
State your name for the record.
Amanda Sims Ramirez.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Is he going to be testifying too?
That's my husband. I don't know.
State your name.
Ruben Armando Ramirez.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Stenson.
Yes, sir. We have had discussions previous to this hearing, and the lien has been reduced down to $5,000.
Okay. Just so it's on, I read through the matters involving this, and I find these reductions to be acceptable and in accordance with what I would think might be fair. So Let me ask you, Mr. and Mrs. Ramirez, is this amount acceptable to you?
Yes.
Okay. Therefore, in SMG 01-1703, on the respondent being Amanda L. Sims Ramirez for property at 124 Baywood Drive, I hereby order the lien in that case number to be reduced to the amount of $5,000, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will be revert back to the original amount. Again, if you run into any problems, contact the city
Okay.
attorney's office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I need any paperwork or
Yeah, she's going to send you an invoice.
just wait?
She's going to email you an
Okay,
invoice.
thank you.
All right. Lien Review 4, SMG 04-2399, Andre Rondeau and Odette Perot and Enos LLC, 506 North Halifax Avenue. They are cited to correct violations of the Land Development Code, and the property was in compliance on November 7th, 2025, and at this point, there is an outstanding amount of fine, liens, interest, and other fees in the amount of $22,870.66. Okay. Ma'am?
State your name for the record.
Yeah.
State your name.
Jean Krug.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Truth,
Yes. Thank you.
Mr. Stenson?
Yes, sir. We have met prior to this hearing, and the city and the property owner has agreed to the reduction, or the reducing of the fine to $5,000.
Okay. Again,
That's 7,500.
Yeah, the one after that was 75. Okay. Let's change this one up. This particular case, we're going to reduce it to $7,500, $7,500.
okay. Ma'am,
Yes,
is that agreeable?
yeah.
Okay. And again, I've looked at the materials for this, and I find that to be acceptable. So therefore, in case SMG 04-2399, respondents being Andre Rondeau and Odette Perot, and is Enos LLC for property at 506 North Halifax Avenue, I hereby order the lien in that case be reduced to $7,500, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will revert back to the original amount. Again, if you run into a problem, contact the city attorney's office.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's got the next
She
one,
got the
too.
next one, too.
She's got the next one, too.
Oh, okay. Lien Review 5, SMG 04-23-100, Andre Rondeau and Odette Perot and Enos LLC, 209 Oak Ridge Boulevard. There is compliance was achieved on October 8th, 2025, and there is currently an outstanding fees, fines, interest, etc., in the amount of $22,721.62.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
City
Stenson.
has met with the property owner. We've come to an agreement that we would like to reduce this lien to the amount of $5,000.
Okay. Again, ma'am, you were previously sworn, so is this acceptable to you?
Yes.
All right. Therefore, in case SMG 04-23-100, Andre Rondeau and Odette Perot and Enos LLC for property at 209 Oak Ridge Boulevard, I hereby order that the lien in that case be reduced the amount of $5,000?
$5,000.
$5,000, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will revert back to the original amount. If you run into any problem in making any payment during that time, you need to contact the city attorney's office immediately. Okay. I will just note for those of you out there, you will hear some fairly large numbers. It is not uncommon for fines to be levied to get the attention of respondents in the amounts of $100 a day, $250 a day, and it adds up very quickly. And there's time involved that people don't necessarily coordinate easily sometimes with inspectors, and so this basically allows these matters to be brought to a successful conclusion without an assessment of an enormous amount that may or may not be payable. Lien View 6, and I believe this is on Zoom.
Yeah, he's here on Zoom.
SMG 032557, LAD Trust Holdings LLC, and Jason Herman, I have in parentheses Travis Saybold at Madison Avenue, parcel number 5338-01-11-0090. And there's currently there is compliance was obtained on October 6, 2025, and there is an outstanding amount on this property in the amount of $15,497.82. Sir, you will need to be sworn in by our clerk.
State your name for the record, please.
Travis Seabold.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Bostwick?
All right, Inspector Bostwick, credentials on file. All right, at this time, management has spoken to Mr. Sebo, and they have agreed to waive the entire lien at this time.
Okay. All right. Therefore, and Mr. Sebold, is that acceptable to you?
It is.
I expected you say that. Therefore, in case SMG 032557, LAD Trust Holdings LLC, and Jason Herman, Travis Sebold at Madison Avenue, parcel number 5338-01-11-0090. I hereby order that the lien in that case be reduced to 0. It doesn't need to be paid, so this case is basically at a conclusion.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Please ask away.
This lien is precluding the sale of the property. It's under contract. How would I obtain something in writing that I could provide to the title company to show this lien has been removed?
You will receive something, an order reducing the lien from the clerk. The gentleman is asking, he needs documentation for the closing that the lien has been reduced.
I can send him the paperwork from today that we've agreed to it, and then the release will be forthcoming once we get the order signed.
Is there an order that I will
Yeah.
to be
Well,
filled in and I can sign?
I'll do a release.
Okay.
Yes.
So you should be getting
Okay.
something fairly promptly.
And he'll
Okay,
be
the
signing
email.
these documents showing that we've agreed to the release.
Okay.
All right?
And so I'll receive that today via email?
Yeah, I can send it to you today. This one.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And finally, we have some miscellaneous business. SMG 031139, Paul G. and Linda E. Harold, 136 South Peninsula Drive, who were cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, and compliance was obtained on September 25th, 2023. And there was an outstanding amount on this property in the amount of $17,175.26. Sir, if you could be sworn in by the clerk, so.
State your name for the record, please. Hello?
Hello,
State your name for the record.
it's Tori Papa.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Could you please state your relationship to this property? Are you an
Yes,
owner?
my wife and I were the owners of this property.
Thank you.
Sorry. Did your, who's your wife? Can you
Conchetta
please-
Papa.
I'm sorry?
My wife is Conchetta Papa.
Do they have the right case? Maybe they don't have the
I don't know if you have the right case.
No, it's okay.
Okay, yeah, but if you think it's fine.
Yeah, the city's satisfied with that.
No, that's not.
As I recall, this one involves some confusing stuff, and there's a certain element of fraud by a title examiner, and it's somewhat complex. Mr. Sykes, do you wish to speak to this?
Sure. My name is Denzel Sykes, Code Compliance Manager. My credentials on file. We've met with the owners, the proper owners, and we have agreed to waive this based on the legal issues.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Papa, is that acceptable to you?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. I believe the title examiner who, for some reason, overlooked the fine is, what, did they go to jail?
Yes, she did.
Okay. You got drawn into something. And,
Absolutely.
okay. So therefore, in SMG 031139, Paul G. and Alinda E. Harold for property at 136 South Peninsula Drive, I hereby order that the lien in this case number be 0 and it's waived per Mr. Sykes's statements. And therefore this matter would be at a close. Do you have anything
Thank you very
further?
much.
Is that?
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Do you
You're
mind
welcome. Okay,
Do you mind if I mention something real quick to the audience?
sure.
You mind?
No
So,
problem.
like the magistrate mentioned, what you just witnessed were lien reviews. Lien reviews can only happen to forgive the fines if you are in compliance. Compliance means that you have corrected the violations that you were being brought here today for. A lien review, you can express any mitigating circumstances that can explain the reason why that delay happened in getting compliance. And then we will have a hearing like you just witnessed, where either you come to a stipulation with staff, like a lot of these people did, or you can plead your case as to why your fine should be forgiven. So I just wanted to make everyone clear, in case you get fined today, that is an option for an appeal. But it can only happen once you're in compliance.
All right. We now move to the beginning of the agenda, and we'll take the cases in order. The first 20 cases are simply, as I explained earlier, compliance or non-compliance. Okay, there will be no fines levied at this point, but you will be told that something is in non-compliance, and there may be some discussion about the amount of time it takes to get it into compliance. Something like, well, you need to mow your lawn, and generally it doesn't take that long to mow a lawn, and you can get that done, and that closes out the matter. If you want to not come into compliance, you will then probably be back at succeeding hearings, next month or a couple months from now, in which case you may be, a fine may be imposed. So it's kind of in your best interest if you can identify at this hearing what it is that needs to be done and get it done, assuming that it can be done in a timely fashion. Some things may require permits or whatever, and usually they take a while, but city staff is well aware of that and will typically work with you in those situations to try and provide time if it's the city that's holding you up from coming into compliance. So our first case is number 1, SMG 012602, D&J Global Holding, LLC et al., 819 North Ridgewood Avenue, cite for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9, Section 9.2A, and a number of the Florida Building Codes sections. And is there anyone here on behalf of D&J Global Holding LLC et al. For the property at 819 North Ridgewood? There is no respondent present. Mr. Wexelberg?
Good morning, sir. Inspector Wexberg. Credentials are on file with the City of Daytona Beach. This case was first generated as staff observed assisting Daytona Beach Police Department on 22 October 25 for the violations of dry vent cover broken, exterior wall bowing out, damaged interior walls, damaged doors, exposed electrical wiring, outlet covers missing, loose and hanging wires, and smoke alarms missing. Property owner was notified via certified letter, but it was returned unclaimed. However, the house was posted on the 22nd of October. Compliance was due by the 25th of November. Last inspection conducted on the 30th of December and remains non-compliant. Staff is recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff.
Okay. Therefore, seeing that there is no respondent present, and there are certainly violations at this property, in case number, I hereby find the respondent, D&J Global Holding LLC et al. For property at 819 North Ridgewood Avenue, in case number 1, SMG 012602, to be in non-compliance in order the respondent to come into compliance by, do we have a date, the cutoff date for the next hearing? February 4th, 2025, or be returned to a hearing. 2026, I'm sorry, I'm still back in the last year. February 4th, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate. I don't know your process here. Do you do subsequent hearing, or do you set them for the next hearing? Actually say that they would be back on February 10th. Okay. Or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026 for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Case number 2, SMG 012603, Gary D. Serino, Atkinson Family Trust for property at 500 Francis Terrace, ampersand 502, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9, Section 9.2A, and various Florida Building Code issues. Is there anyone here on behalf of Gary D. Serino, Atkinson Family Trust? I see no one. The respondent is not present. Mr. Wiggins?
Okay. Inspector Curtis Wiggins, Code Compliance, credentials on file. This case was opened July 22nd, 2025, a field-generated case for dirt and grind on building and dilapidated roof on detached garage. First notice received was August 7th, 2025. The compliance was due on September the 8th, 2025. Last date of reinspection was January 9th, 2026. The result of that reinspection was non-compliance. Staff recommends non-compliance with compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. After hearing your testimony and seeing the photographs, I make my determination. In case number 2, SMG 01.
I hate to interrupt, but actually, the previous case and this case cannot be found in non-compliance as they were not properly served.
Oh.
So all of the new cases where no one's present, is anyone present for a new case? Okay. They can, but the ones who are not present.
Can we take 5 minutes?
Take 5 minutes? Yeah. Yes, I'd like to call a recess for 5 minutes, and we will reconvene at about 9:42. this hearing. And just so that those of you who may not have been involved and were not new cases, this only affects the new cases. There are 20 new cases, and apparently the computer didn't know that this is 2026 as opposed to 2025, and so technically, if somebody wants to say, I wasn't served, they haven't been served. So I'm going to have to withdraw first of all, I'm going to withdraw the order that I entered in case number 1, SMG 012602, D&J Global Holding, LLC et al. For 819 North Ridgewood Avenue. And that case will be they get a renotice of the hearing, but with the correct date. And that will be for February, I believe, 10th. Okay, and I had started with case number 2, but I hadn't entered any orders yet. So that one we will there seems to be no one present here, so that one will not be, and that one will have to be renoticed for February 10th. Now, there are some people here, and they're doing the right thing, showing up. The sooner you get these things out of the way.
Your Magistrate, do you mind if I put the city's position on record in case of future appeal, just so that I have it on record, similar to what I do for the rentals? The city's position regarding why the ones that are here are okay to be presented. Do you mind if I read that into the record?
Well, they're here.
Yeah, but I just want to state the city's position.
Go ahead, please do.
The reason that those of you who are here, we would argue do not have an argument that you've been improperly served is because you understood the notice enough to show up today. Thus, we argue you've been properly noticed with enough information to understand and acknowledge that this hearing happened. So that's the city's position. I can repeat it when your case is called if you would like, but I just wanted to explain that for the record. Thank you.
Okay. So we move on to case number 3, SMG 012604, Fahima Mohub and Neela Dejani Benam, Maine, property at 38 South Grandview Avenue, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code. Is anyone here on behalf of this respondent? And I probably mispronounced your name.
It was a good effort.
So
Nayla Binneman.
If you would be sworn in.
State your name for the record.
Nayla Binneman.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wiggins?
All right. This case was opened February the 12th, 2025, a field-generated case for appealing paint around the building. First notice received was February the 21st, 2025. The compliance was due on March 24th, 2025. The last date of reinspection was January 9th, 2026. Result of that reinspection was non-compliance. Staff recommends non-compliance with compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. Ma'am?
Yes, sir. This, as you can see in the photos, it's a deliberate attempt at scraping off the paint. So I've been working on the property and just updating things where I can. And as I find problems, I continue. So the boards that you see are taken off on the side. It's because I have an open permit now to replace some of the side boards. I'm also spraying Boracare just to really get all of the termites out. So as I find problems, I'm continuing to fix them, which has elongated the process a little bit. But I'm also scraping this off by hand.
Okay.
So it's deliberate beautification. The goal is not to be non-compliant, but to continue working on it.
Do you think you can have everything done by February 10th?
I don't think so. At least not without continuing all the steps that I wanted to take.
Okay. Well, actually, February 4th is the cutoff date. What about March 4th?
Can we work with that? Yeah.
Okay. And so the benefit here is you got some extra time. So to do it. And it looks like you are trying to, as you stated, making progress on this, and it's not a big item, and should be something you should get wrapped up. But as soon as you get it wrapped up, contact Mr. Wiggins, because until he says it's done, it's not done.
Well, I'll agree with you, but for the record, I just want you to know that this was open almost a year, this
Yes, and
particular property yet.
and by March, it will be over a year.
But just to add, I'm doing this by hand because it's old wood and I wanted to preserve it and maintain it. So all this scraping by hand in a year, I think is reasonable.
Well, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you.
Because I'd like to see it done and not a fine imposed that then ends up be turning into a lien, and then there's discussion about lien reductions and all of that thing. And Mr. Wiggins, have you seen some progress on the property?
Well, yeah, at the beginning, when I served the first notice of violation letter, she did do a little, scraping the paint and stuff like that. But again, it's been a while. It's been like that for several months.
Okay.
I oscillate between in and outer work.
I can almost guarantee if it's not done by March 4th, you're going to be looking at a fine. And it'd be easier to get the job done than to have a fine, and then it's done, matter closed.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So therefore, in case number 3, SMG 012604, Fahima Mahoob, is that?
Fahima Mahoob. I'm Nayla Benaman.
And Neela
Benaman, like
Benaman.
cinnamon, but with a B.
At 38 South Grandview Avenue. I find the respondents in that case to be a non-compliance, and order the respondents to come into compliance by March 4, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on March 10, 2026, for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 a day.
I do have an additional question. In regards to the paint color, I submitted the application. However, may I ask that question?
You need to speak with Mr. Wiggins about things like that. I'm outside that.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be within your scope because it was about whether stain was considered paint. And Mr. Wiggins told me to speak to,
Yeah.
I believe it was Angela.
Yeah, so those are issues of fact that
Okay, awesome.
they can handle.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, case, no compliance, and 3, 4. Okay. All right, case number 4, SMG 012605, Eagle Parks LLC, for property at 605 South Martin Luther King Boulevard, parcel number 5339500100030, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, which are listed. And do we have a response? We do.
Good morning.
Ma'am, if you would be sworn in.
Pull the mic down. State your name for the record.
Juliet Parker.
Ms.
Juliet Parker. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Parker, what's your relationship to Eagle Parks LLC?
Managing member.
Managing member, okay. Okay, Ms. Domingo?
Good morning. I'm Inspector LaWanda Domingo with City of Daytona Beach Code Compliance. My credentials are on file with the city. This case opened on January 23rd of 2025. The owner was notified on June 27th of 2025 with a compliance date of August 3rd of 2025 for violations of exterior surface violations, rotted wood, cracked, damaged walls, dirt and grime, chip peeling paint, expired permits, unpermitted work, no window screens, and non-visible address number. I'm requesting non-compliance for this property with compliance by next cutoff.
And I just want to reiterate again, just for time's sake, that the only relevant testimony is whether these fines existed.
Okay. Anything further? Ms. Parker?
Yes. So yes, some of those items have been cured. Some things. Do you know when the pictures were taken?
The pictures are in series from the beginning of the case until yesterday. I did a reinspection, and at most, what I can see has been completed are the front-facing wall for the property on Cedar Street had a repair to the rotted wood. But most of the exterior violations, the unpermitted work as far as the repairs and installation of stairwells, handrails, guardrails. There's a series of, as we've discussed, permits that were pulled for the properties for renovation, repairs, window replacements that were opened that never followed through to final inspection, including that cement pad that garbage receptacle is on, which I explained to you needed to be reopened and final through the building department, as well as new permits for installing the stairwells and handrails and guardrails and support beams that are there without the permits.
Ma'am,
for
do you
them.
agree that there are still remaining violations that need to be corrected?
Yes.
So we argue that enough testimony has been prevented to find this property in noncompliance.
Okay. Ms. Parker, I would suggest that you get with perhaps Ms. Tomango to find out, you're going to need permits, and permits take time to process. And as you can see in this proceeding, when you fall behind, you end up having fines entered against you. And so it would be good to try to figure out what you can do in a time frame and work with Ms. Tomango to come up with an acceptable time period to get all of these things done. Okay, so I'm going to find you in non-compliance, but you're going, you right now, your biggest job is to come up with a plan that you can work with Ms. Tomango. So I'm going to set you for the February 10th date, because it shouldn't take all that long to put together a plan. And then I expect at that time, Ms. Tomango can then say, well, it's going to take a certain amount of time, assuming that all of these time periods are reasonable and acceptable, for you to get the work done on that building.
Yes, and then if I can actually state, we have been working on this. We have spoken some of the issues and violations. We've actually worked with Mrs. Sipes, the building chief, everyone. And actually, this was prior to the notice that you issued. Some like the dumpster pad and everything, we settled that last year or the year before. All of that's been settled. Some of the things I wanted to address also with the handrails, we actually hired a company, and we have their, they actually did the railing and stated that it was going to be excuse me, that it would be permitted in code compliance. So we actually paid and for that particular.
I don't have any of this documentation or information.
Okay.
No fine is being levied here. Okay?
Understood.
So at this point, I don't need to get into the details.
Okay.
What I'm saying is you need to get with Ms. Tomango and put together a plan for her that says, I will have such and such, and this is the amount of time I need, and she will look at it and make sure it's reasonable. And then at the next hearing, you will not have a fine, but you will get what's called an amended order of noncompliance to be able to effectuate that plan.
Okay.
And if you fall behind, then you might get fines levied.
Okay.
So, but
You won't
but the idea is to get that property in compliance.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to know.
You won't
I don't know-
necessarily be fined next year, and as long as you stay in contact and she thinks that you're doing a good job.
Understood. A question can we schedule something with Mr. Sipes?
Just call the office.
Okay, thank you.
And that's why I'm saying February 10th, because right now you're just putting together that plan and whatever little work you can accomplish during that period, because I can see that some of this stuff is going to take some time.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Especially if you got to get permits.
Thank you.
So therefore, case number 4, SMG 012605, I hereby find the respondent, Eagle Parks LLC, for the property at 605 South Martin Luther King Boulevard, parcel number 533950010030, to be in non-compliance in order the respondent to come into compliance by the cutoff date of February 10th, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on,
It's the February 4th.
I'm sorry, February 4th. Come to to come into compliance by February 4th, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026, for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. But as I said, what I'm looking for is on that February 4th date that you've got a plan that's acceptable to Ms. Domingo, so you can go forward in the future and get all this stuff done.
Thank you.
You'll call me. I've got more cases.
Okay,
if you're gonna wait.
case number 5, SMG 012606, Jorge Izquierdo, 506 Butler Boulevard. Is there anyone here on behalf of Jorge Izquierdo? As I said earlier, he is either didn't receive a notice or he's chosen not to appear. In this case, I guess will be renoticed and set for the February special magistrate hearing.
It's being withdrawn.
So we're not going
The case is withdrawn because he's not
Okay,
here.
so that's withdrawn. Thank you.
Okay. Case number 6, SMG 012607, Daytona Ocean View Apartments LLC at 1825 North Atlantic Avenue, cited for violations of the Land Development Code. Is there anyone here on behalf of Daytona Ocean View Apartments LLC?
We'd like to withdraw and renotice for February.
Excuse me?
We'd like to withdraw it and renotice it for February.
Okay, please, it's withdrawn. I hereby order that this matter be currently withdrawn and renoticed for February. Case number 7, SMG 012608, 848 Beach LLC, 848 property at 848 North Beach Street, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code. Is there anyone here on behalf of 848 Beach LLC? Sir, are you here on behalf of 848 Beach?
Yes, I am.
If you will be sworn in.
State your name.
My name is Hamid Gennad, G-H-A-N-N-A-D.
G-H-E-G-H-A.
N-N-A-D.
Spell your first name
Hamid, H-A-M-I-D.
and your relationship.
I'm the manager,
You're the
LLG.
manager?
Yeah, LLG members.
You'll have to repeat that after being sworn.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Sorry, can you state your name and your relationship again now that you're under oath?
Sure. Hamid Gennad, I'm a manager member.
Thank you.
Mr. Stenson.
Good morning, John Stinson, Code Inspector with the city. My qualifications are on file. Excuse me, this is a complaint-driven case. The violations were, or are, it's a vacant gas station, broken and boarded windows, fading, peeling paint, damaged address numbers, damaged roof, and fascia, damaged fuel islands. The property was first noticed on September 24th, 2005, and compliance was due by 22 October 2025. The last site visit was yesterday. The property remains in noncompliance. We're asking for an order of noncompliance in compliance by the next cutoff.
Sir, do you agree that there are still remaining violations that you need to be corrected?
Yes, ma'am.
We argue that per testimony, there's enough evidence presented to find the respondent in noncompliance.
Okay. All right.
Actually, when we buy that property, I had a partner supposed to be run that business. I live in Tampa. I just came here for that meeting last night. And unfortunately, after a couple months, he got sick. and he's getting better now. And if he gave me time, for sure, we're gonna take care of those minor landscaping and stuff. But the major thing, I need a couple more time too.
Yeah,
Okay.
we argue this is more relevant testimony for the inspector at next year.
Grimaldi, how do you pronounce your last name?
Ginaldi.
Ginaldi.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, as I said earlier, this hearing is simply to find you in compliance or non-compliance.
Right.
Okay? It's pretty clear from the testimony and the pictures, the property is a non-compliance.
Right.
The goal of these proceedings, as they go into the future, is to bring the property into compliance.
Sure.
And there are several ways. Either you can go there willingly and work with Mr. Stenson and come up with a plan, or you can start getting fines levied against the property. And as you heard, some of these fines earlier can become significant.
That's right.
And sometimes it's better to put money into the property than to put money into fines.
That's right.
I think your company would prefer to do that.
Sure.
So I'm going to find you in non-compliance and set you for the February hearing for a fine. Okay, but what I would suggest is that you get with Mr. Stenson between now and that hearing, and you work up a plan so that he knows what is going to happen. He can go back to that property and say, it may take, I suspect some of this work you're going to need permits. And if you said you've obtained or submitted a permit, then you've come a long way.
Right.
There is no guarantee as to how long it will take the building department to issue the permit, but at least you're in the hopper and you're moving forward. And then you can, once that permit's issued, the time period to get the work done.
Right.
That's the whole point of this proceeding, is to get the property into compliance. Sure. It's not to collect lots of fines. But the fines are an incentive for you to work with the inspector. And I say that to all of you here. The fines are real, and they run with the property, and you can't get rid of them very easily.
Right.
So the easiest way is to avoid it by working with the inspector and getting the property cleaned up and brought into compliance.
Can I ask you, can you do it in March? Because we have a lot of work to do, actually, with them.
Well, it can be. Sometimes it's over a period of months, but at least Mr. Stenson knows that you're moving forward in that process and you're not delayed. Okay. There are some people who say, I'll have it done in 6 months, and 6 months later you come back and they haven't done a thing. Okay?
All right.
All right. If you keep to your time, the time periods that you work out, then everything moves very smoothly.
Okay, thank you.
And he can represent that, yes, you aren't done, but you are making progress. That's the important thing, is to move forward.
Sure.
So therefore, in case number 7, SMG 012608, I hereby find the respondent, 848 Beach LLC, for the property at 848 North Beach Street to be in non-compliance, nor the respondent to come into compliance by February 4th, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026, for consideration of a fine of up to $10,000 per day. But again, at that hearing, what you need to have Mr. Stenson be able to come forward and say, we've worked out a plan, and then he could ask for what they call an amended order of non-compliance, and you keep moving forward. But as long as you satisfy him that you're moving forward in a timely fashion, you don't get fines levied against you.
Thank you.
It's very difficult to get rid of fines once they're levied. So I'm trying to keep you in the process, but also make sure that your feet are a little bit toward the fire.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Case number 8, SMG 012609, Elephant Group Hotel 7, Inc., 2401 North Atlantic Avenue, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code. Is there anyone here on behalf?
No, sir.
Are you going to ask that this one be withdrawn and renoticed?
Withdrawn and renoticed, please. Thank
Okay.
you.
This case is withdrawn and will be renoticed for the February 10th hearing. Okay. Case number 9, SMG 012610, William and Lisa McCarthy, 556 North Beach Street. Cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code.
Did you say 9? Because they thought we were 10.
I have case number 9. Are you William and Lisa McCarthy?
Yeah, Lisa McCarthy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I said number 10, then I must have been in error. It's number 9.
No, we're number 10.
Agenda number 9, case number 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. The case that, for this purposes of this hearing, they're numbered, but you actually have a case number that goes in the city files.
Gotcha.
It's this long SMG 012610.
Oh,
So-
I just noticed that.
If you all want to be sworn in, if you're all going to testify, and then we
I
can
need
take
both
it
of
from
you to
there.
say your names into the mic.
Lisa McCarthy.
No,
Alvin Williams.
that one.
Alvin Williams.
Where am I at here? What's your first name?
Alvin Williams.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can you
Mr.
please,
Stenson?
can you please state your name for your affiliation with the record? Alvin, are you a contractor or
Alvin's Auto Repair.
auto repair? Apologies, John.
Okay. Mr. Stenson.
Good morning. Excuse me. This case is a field-generated case. They were cited for unmaintained landscaping, inoperable vehicles throughout the property and the right-of-way, boarded and broken windows, and failure to obtain the required business tax receipt. This respondent was first noticed on October 30th, 2025. Compliance was due on November 2025. The last site visit was on 12 January 2026. The property remains in non-compliance. We're asking for an order of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Do you agree that there's still remaining violations that need to be corrected?
Well, we got the business tax license right here. That's why he's here also, because it's that. And then we fixed the broken windows here.
Ma'am, if you would speak into the mic, please.
Okay. Are there any remaining violations that still need to be corrected?
No.
So you're here to argue that it's in compliance? Okay.
We did most of the yards, but.
Ma'am, you can move the mic and speak into the mic. There you go.
We've cleaned up most of the yards, but what is it, AT&T or whatever's building they put on our corner.
So
They got them big power wheels on.
So we can't mow.
at the time you received the violation, did those issues
Yeah,
exist?
we did the
Okay.
yard work,
So
yes.
what you had to do at that time after fixing it, thank you so much for coming in compliance, by the way, is calling the inspector so that he could go out and verify. So you could schedule something with him and he can go out to verify. However, because he hasn't seen it with his own eyes, we don't have verified testimony.
That's why I brought, the
Yeah, but
picture.
that's not authenticated.
Okay.
He needs to be the one to prove it. You're not being fined today, so he'll schedule
Okay.
something and you might not have to come at the next hearing.
You
He'll
can
let you
see
know.
the yard was cut there.
Okay.
Now,
So
as far as vehicles go.
Okay.
these are all
that's,
questions that he could
yeah,
address later, but at the time of the violation, they existed, so it's not compliance until he puts you in compliance. He's the
Gotcha.
only one that could put you in compliance.
Okay.
Thank you.
You heard that. Mr. Stenson, the inspectors are the only people who generally find in compliance. Okay, so you need to get his testimony, him to testify that you are. So I have to find you in non-compliance, but if you can get with Mr. Stenson and show that he can, and I will be setting you for the February 10th hearing, but if he finds you in compliance, then case closed.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have to attend any more hearings. So it's in your best interest to try to work with him and get everything resolved, and you don't have to come back here. Okay, so therefore, in case number 9, SMG 012610, I hereby find the respondents William and Lisa McCarthy for property at 556 North Beach Street to be in non-compliance, or the respondents come into compliance by February 4th, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026, for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. But again, get with Mr. Stenson, and if everything is fine, then you're done. He can find you in compliance and case closed.
You know, they would call you.
Okay, next case is number 10, SMG 012611, Hilltop SDP LLC, 456 Brentwood Drive, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 3, etc. Is there a respondent present?
Yep. State your name, please.
Marissa Nolting.
Raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
What's your affiliation?
I'm the community manager.
I'm sorry, can you speak into the mic?
Sorry, community manager.
Thank you.
Okay.
Say your name again.
Marissa Nolting.
Milting?
Nolting, Nolting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Mr. Stenson.
Good morning. This case is complaint-driven. They was cited for unpermitted AC installation, multiple window screens on multiple buildings are missing, damaged exterior doors, damaged soffits on multiple, lack of heat supply in multiple units. This respondent was first notified on 6 October 25. Compliance was due on 3 November 25. My last site visit on the property was 12 January of 2026. I have been in contact with the property manager. They are moving forward. I'd like to ask for an order of non-compliance and compliance by the next cutoff.
Do you agree that there are still remaining violations that need to be corrected?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Milton, you probably heard my statements about working with Mr. Stenson and coming up with a plan to get these things resolved and matters closed out without fines and all of that kind of rigmarole.
Yes, sir.
It's better to put money into the property than to pay fines. At
Agreed.
least that's my opinion. So do you have anything further to add?
No, sir.
Okay, so therefore, in case number 10, SMG 012611, I hereby find the respondent, Hilltop SDP. What does SDP stand for?
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, then we'll just leave it that way. SDP LLC for property at 456 Brentwood Drive to be in non-compliance in order to respond to come into compliance by February 4th, 2026, or be returned to hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026, for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, case number 11, SMG 012612, First Premier Management Holdings, LLC, and Jason Herman, property at 224 North Hollywood Avenue, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9, trash and debris. Anyone here on behalf of First Premier Management?
No, sir. I'd like to withdraw and recite for February.
Okay, this case, number 11, SMG 012612, is hereby withdrawn and will be renoticed for February 10th. Okay, case number 12, SMG 012613, Mina House LLP, 166 South Beach Street, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, various violations, Article 9, and City Code, Chapter 90, Section 90-297. And we have respondent. Sir?
Waba,
Okay.
representing Mina House.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
And your affiliation?
Say again?
Your affiliation with Mina House?
Owner?
You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Reckenzone?
This case was field generated, was first notified on 10/1/2025 for violation of damaged awning. The compliance due date was 10/15/2025. The site was visited on 1/5/2026 and still in non-compliance. The staff recommends a non-finding of non-compliance with the compliance due at next cutoff.
Sir, do you agree that there's still remaining violations that need to be corrected?
I'm aware of the violation, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I see that there is, okay, damaged awning. Okay. Sir?
Actually, they look much better now than that.
You think you can get all
But they're
this
not
stuff
fixed
resolved?
yet. No, they're not fixed. There's a great problem with owning companies. I think there's only one company in Volusia. I had to go to Coco or something.
So we stand, this is not
But
relevant for this
eventually I
hearing.
found one, and Mr. Reckenzone is extremely helpful. He's contact me all the time. I'm aware of what's going on, and I appreciate that. So I informed them last week that I have a contract from.
This is information better presented to the inspector.
Yeah, I
and-
just want to make sure I acknowledge the help I'm
Yeah,
receiving.
you need, sir, it's good that you put that in the record. But what
I
I'm
did.
gonna do is-
I let him know, and he advised
He's a
me to
great
come
inspector.
today to present to you, so I thought I'm supposed to present something.
Correct.
So,
And I appreciate the effort that you're putting, and I think the city does, but I have to find you in non-compliance at this moment in time, but it looks like you are on the verge of getting into compliance.
But what I am trying to convey is you need awnings. I call, I get a company. They tell me, we have a waiting list 4 months. What if they don't show up?
Then we'll give you
Then
more
find
time.
another one. Then if I say something.
If I understand, sir, I'm trying to keep things moving along, is that you have an unusual circumstance. And I want that to be put in the record of this proceeding, that the awning's not, it's hard to find awning companies and get them to do the work. But I think Mr. Reckenzone is aware of that. And he is the conduit, so to speak, that says.
So all I need to do is call Mr. Reckenzone, and he will take care of it.
Well, he won't fix your awning.
No, I mean,
He will
if I
make sure
call
that-
Mr. Reckenzone, I have a contract, and he says, come to the hearing and tell him. So I came in to tell you.
So for the records for everyone to understand, the next hearing is a consideration of a fine. Consideration is something that we will discuss. It's possible you won't be fined. The important thing today is just to prove that the violations existed and that you need to work with us. That's basically what this hearing is today. If you work with the inspector may give you more time, but if this is your first hearing, those facts are relevant more for the inspector, and he can give you more time, or he or she.
Well, I mean, in this case, I don't think it's an issue. I contacted them. They're supposedly pulling the license this week.
Sir, you are moving forward in the right direction. There are people who don't necessarily always move forward in the right direction, but say they are. So the way the process works at the next hearing, you're currently in non-compliance. If the awning company doesn't show up, Mr. Reckenzone can ask for what's called an amended order of non-compliance, and that just provides you with additional time to come into compliance. Or in the alternative, if nothing happens or there is a problem, and there are some people who don't get things done in a timely fashion and say they're going to do one thing and they do another, he can then ask for a fine to be instituted. But in this situation, where you've got a contract with the company and they're going to do that, then he would ask for an amended order of noncompliance and no fine. The idea is to keep the people who deserve fines get fined, and the people who don't deserve fines but can't get things done immediately can still have some additional time to move forward. It's just keeping the ball rolling, so to speak. So everybody.
I fully understand and appreciate. I'm just here to.
I understand.
To understand how this. I was very enlightened today, actually. Very, very nice.
Good.
And,
So.
Ms. Reno has seen before, helped me with the original license and all this stuff, and she was wonderful. I have to say that. It's important somebody say thank you.
Thank you. They're both great.
But we like to see people showing the interest you do. Some people get up, and unfortunately, there are people who get up and say one thing and do another. And we can't distinguish between them.
I'll never do that.
So what I'm going to do, again, like I said, is I'm going to find you in non-compliance, but just keep working forward, and hopefully you'll get that company there who will replace the owner.
Maximum will be 6 to 8 weeks.
This isn't the point where we start to get into those details.
Oh, not yet.
So, therefore,
I think.
in case number 12, SMG 012613, I hereby find the respondent, Mina House LLP, for the property at 166 South Beach Street to be in non-compliance, in order the respondent to come into compliance by February 4th, or be returned to a 2026, or be returned to a hearing.
More time.
For the.
They said we'll
Sir,
be
let him
done
finish.
somewhat.
Sir,
Sir,
let him
allow
finish.
me to finish. Or be returned to a hearing for a special magistrate on February 10th for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. But as it stands right now, from what you've said, Mr. Reckenzone could say, I will go to the hearing and say they should get an amended order of noncompliance. No fine is issued. The fine is just to go for the people who are dragging their feet.
If they did the work and they finish February 12th, how would that work?
The hearing is on February 10th, so we wouldn't know
That's what
that.
I'm
We'd have
saying.
to
It would be up to
have
him. It would be up to him. He could say, hey, I've talked to the company, I see that they're working, we'll give you more time. We are not going to punitively harm you if we see that you're making
So
efforts.
I should
Sir.
call him,
Just
Sir.
keep in contact with him.
Sir, just stay in touch with the inspector.
so I
and
give him
he-
a call
Stay in
once
touch
a
with
week.
him, he'll guide you. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
he's
Sounds
very
like a
fair.
great plan. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Unfortunately, we have a process where it's like one size doesn't fit all. And so the process, we have to adapt the process to work for and make sure that everybody is treated fairly.
Well, I think I understand. Just a matter of communication.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Case number 13, SMG 012615,
Call you next.
Myera
Okay.
Myera Family is that revocable?
I can't hear you.
Okay, I think it's revocable trust dated December 31, 2024. Property being at 43 South Atlantic Avenue, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code. Appears there's a damaged sign. Mr. Reckenzone? Oh, first I have to get your name and have you sworn in.
Corinne Mayara.
I'm sorry.
Corinne Mayara.
Spell your last name
Myara.
and your first name.
Karine. Corinne.
I'm sorry, slow down.
Corinne. Karine.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
And you're the representative of the trust?
Pardon?
You represent the trust?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Mr. Reckenzone?
This was a field-generated case, was first notified on 10/1/2025 for a damage fine. The compliance date was 10/15/2025. I visited the site 1/5/2026, and the property was still in non-compliance. The staff recommends non-compliance and compliance to that next cutoff.
Do you agree that those violations existed?
I had a company that is working on the sign. They just needed more time. I have
Okay,
the
but they
contract.
exist, okay.
Yes, I have everything, the contract, hired somebody to do the sign. They just needed some,
Thank you for working with it. I'm sure he can
Yes.
give you more time.
yes.
Like in the previous matter, keep Mr. Reckenzone.
Sure.
But we have to find you, as of today's date, you are in non-compliance. Mr. Reckenzone can, as long as you keep in contact
Sure.
with him, can say that this property is moving forward and there won't be any fines levied until, sometimes people change ownerships or something and the new owner doesn't want to do anything or whatever. And so that's the process. So I have to find you in non-compliance today and set you for the hearing in February. But again, as I told the gentleman before, if it's just a matter of this company is maybe backlogged on stuff, he can represent that and no fines are levied. Okay, as long as there's forward progress that's in good faith and is resolving the matter.
Okay.
So therefore, do you have anything further?
No, just came to show that we have a company working on the sign,
Right.
and it's going to be done any day now. So that's all.
Okay, so in case number 13, SMG 012615, I hereby find the respondent, Mayera Family Revocable Trust, dated December 31, 2024, for a property at 43 South Atlantic Avenue to be in non-compliance, and hereby order the respondent to come in compliance by February 4th, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before a special magistrate on February 10th, 2026, for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. But
Okay.
again, keep in touch with Mr. Reckenzone.
Okay, is it possible to have like a 30 days from now, or it has to be February 4th?
Talk to him and he might
That
be
is
able
the
to.
date that is, the inspectors look for the next hearing, and he can come back and say, I spoke with you prior to that date, and, you know, the company will do it in a month from now, they're backlogged.
Okay,
And that
Thank you.
keeps the fine from being instituted. Joe.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Case number 14, SMG 012618, Discomfort Propco 100 Ridgewood 0001 LLC, property being at 100 North Ridgewood Avenue, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9, Section 9.2A, and there are referred Florida Building Code violations, multiple ownings in the building, damaged roof. Sir, if you could give your name and be sworn in.
Daniel Miller.
You swear affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And your affiliation?
Managing member.
Thank you.
Mr. Reckingson.
This was a field-generated case, first notified on 7/14/2025. Violations for multiple openings in the building and damaged roof. Compliance date was 7/28/2025. Site was visited on 1/5/2026 and was still in non-compliance. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance at next cutoff.
Okay. Sir?
I don't disagree with the pictures. We're undergoing a full renovation of the property. Drawings have been completed, engineers, reports have been submitted to the city. I'm currently out to bid for general contractors. You can see the property requires a complete and wholesale renovation. So I'm here to communicate with the inspector and work the process appropriately.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And sir, as I've explained before, the process, keep in touch. I have to set you, because the property is currently in non-compliance, but you're working forward, and keep in touch with Mr. Reckenzone and let him know what progress you're making. And you will be set again for the February 10th hearing. And again, that is part of the process of the way this works. If there's forward progress, I expect that Mr. Reckenzone would state there shouldn't be any fine because they're making forward progress. So therefore, in case number 14, SMG 012618, the respondent being Discomfort Propco 100. Oh, is it Discomfort Propco is just the name?
Yeah, it's an investment firm, my company's
I'm
name.
sorry, it is
Then
the whole thing.
then there's the property address
100
after that.
North Ridgewood 0001 LLC for property at 100 North Ridgewood Avenue. I find the respondent to be in non-compliance or the respondent come into compliance by February 4th, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before a special magistrate on February 10th, 2026 for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Case number 15, SMG 012622, Champions Quarters, HOA Association, Inc., Wicker Way, parcel number 5225211-33-00-0005, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9, Section 9.2A. Ma'am, if you could state your name, are you here on behalf of Champions Quarters, HOA?
Yes.
If you could state your name and be sworn in.
Veronica Bray.
Spell your last name.
B as in boy, R-A-Y.
Bray. Do you swear from the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you please state your affiliation with this property or business?
Regional manager.
Thank you.
Sure.
Ready?
Mr. Bostwick.
All right, this case was field generated and opened on October 16 of 2025 for unmaintained vacant lot with trash and debris. First notification was on October 20th of 2025. Compliance was due by October 31st of 2025. Last day of reinspection was January 9th of 2026, result non-compliance. On January 7th, I met with the new regional manager on site, and we went over everything, and I believe her plans are to come into compliance as soon as she can. At this time, staff requests a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
Okay. Sounds like you're making forward progress, but
Yes, sir.
need the property ultimately cleaned up.
Yes, she's working on it.
Okay. Do you have anything that you want to say, ma'am?
The initial violations were sent to the old management company, so we took over on December 18th, and we'll have it done definitely by the end of this month, no problem.
Okay.
And also, she also has a second case, number 19. Can we go ahead and take care of that right now?
I'd like to do them individually, consider they're cited individually, and the numbering system, it keeps, I think, it easier working through your process. So therefore, in case number 15, SMG 012622, respondent being Champions Quarters, HOA Association, Inc., for property of Wicker Way, parcel number 5211-33000005. I hereby find to be the property to be in non-compliance, or the respondent come into compliance by February 4, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before a special magistrate on February 10, 2026 for consideration, fine of up to $1,000 per day. Okay, case number 16, SMG 012623, Evelyn L. Baldwin. Is that the next? That's something different than.
So could we also hear case 19 so that?
I see 19. They're not sequential.
Oh, okay.
We can skip to that one as long as you're here. We'll skip. Does that make it?
The next two are going to be withdrawn anyway,
Okay.
if you want to.
We're going to skip to case number 19.
Thank you.
And allow you to leave. At case number 19, SMG 012626, Champions Quarters HOA Associate, Inc., 1176 Wicker Way, parcel number 521133110001, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9.
Thank you.
Unmaintained vacant lot, trash and debris.
Thank you for that accommodation. We appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, this case was field generated, opened on November 5th of 2025 for unmanned vacant lot, trash and debris, pretty much as a homeless encampment. First notification was on November 10th of 2025. Compliance was due by November 20th of 2025. Last day of reinspection was January 9th of 2026, result non-compliance. There was contact with the new management team, Ms. Bray, on January 7th. and she's working on coming into compliance. Staff requests a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
Ma'am, again?
Yes, that is correct. We've already collected proposals. The owners are flying in tomorrow to approve it, and it'll be done right after.
Okay. So therefore, I hereby find the respondent, Champions Quarters HOA Association, Inc., in case number 19, SMG 012626, for the property at 1176 Wicker Way, parcel number 521133110001, to be in non-compliance, or the respondent come into compliance by February 4, 2010, or 26, sorry, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026, for consideration fine of up to $1,000 per day. So again, if you get it done quickly, you don't even have to come back here. But Mr. Bostwick is the one who has to make that final determination.
Yes.
So if you get things done, call him up and see if you can get him out there, and he can save you a trip here.
Yes, he did inform me of that, and we've been working closely. He's been phenomenal.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
So,
good luck. Case number 16, we're going back to where we left off. SMG 012623, Evelyn L. Baldwin, Cedar Street, parcel number 5339-47-03-0130, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code.
I'd like to request this one be withdrawn and recite for February, please.
Okay, this one will be, city has asked this be withdrawn and renoticed for the February 10th hearing. Okay. Oops. Did I say the right one?
Number 16?
Number 16, yeah. Okay. And renoticed for February 2/10 hearing. Case number 17, SMG 012624, Estella L. Miles and Floyd L. Miles Estate, property at North Keach Street, parcel number 5238-18-01-0270, cited for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code Article 9.
Also would like to withdraw and renotice for February 10th.
Okay, this
Hearing.
case is hereby I'm ordering this case to be withdrawn and renoticed for the February 10th hearing. Case number 18, SMG 012625, Daytona Prime Development LLC, Vine Street, parcel number 4244-01-06-0032, cited for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 9, Section 9.2A, and City Code 78-112.
I'm here, Alana Smith with Cobb Cole Law Firm, and we're the attorney for the contract purchaser, and we have someone on behalf of them as well.
Luciano Silva, I'm the owner of the property.
I'm sorry, state your name again.
Luciano Medeiros Silva.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Can you please just for the record state that you're your relationship to the property?
I'm the owner.
The owner.
all right, this case was field generated, opened on November 4th of 2025. Unmaintained vacant lot, trash and debris stemming from a homeless encampment, multiple homeless encampments. First notification was on November 12th of 2025. Property was posted. Compliance was due by November 24th of 2025. Last day of reinspection was January 9th of 2026. Result was non-compliance. There's been previous conversations with the property owner, Mr. Silva. Staff requests a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
Does your client agree that the violations existed as listed in the notice of violation?
Correct, yes, and we're requesting compliance for the next cutoff.
Okay. Mr. Silva.
So, yes, when should I explain the situation?
Do you want your client to explain? I just needed him to say.
We're here on behalf of the contract purchaser of the property because my understanding is they took over the violation about 2 weeks ago and he is with the property owner.
Well, but attorney testimony doesn't go very far, so I'd like to have, if as the question it was asked.
Yes, I think what he's saying is he wanted him to answer. Did the violation exist as listed in the notice of violation?
Yes, and it is being resolved.
Perfect, thank you so much.
That's fine.
So after we received the notification, we've attempted twice to hire a company to clean up the camp. But when they got access to the property, they realized that the camp was much more extent than they realized. So they went back and sent me another bill, which was $8,000. I said, let me at least get a second quote, which I did. Then when the second company went there, they realized that was a lot more extent than they realized.
Has your attorney reached out to the inspector and let him know about this process?
Yes, I got an email yesterday from Mrs. Gao to let us know about this new owner that's coming into.
Ideally, I'll give you my card. Let us know as soon as possible because you have an attorney. I always advise staff that they shouldn't reach out to you directly. They should reach out to your counsel or CC counsel. I'm going to give you my card.
As a matter of fact, we've been told that the property most likely will be cleaned up today.
Okay.
They started it yesterday, and they said that I'm going to finish it up today.
You have it, but...
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this property that will be ultimately developed, or
Yes,
is it?
the property is under contract. That's the thing. So the buyer of the property, now it's going to be in charge of cleaning up the property and maintain the property without the homeless camp.
Okay.
Thank you. I think we've heard all relevant testimony.
Okay. Well, as in the other ones, this is just a hearing to find the non-compliance. And then we set it, but that's something you all, for the February 10th, and that is something, again, that you and Ms. Gow will coordinate with Mr. Bostwick as to how things are moving forward on that. You seem to be moving forward in the right direction. It's just a matter of the formality is that if there is something that does go sideways.
Right. But once the property it's inspected again, do I need to come back to the hearing?
He'll let you know.
No,
But
he'll
if he
let
finds
you
you in
know.
compliance, he'll tell you you won't have to come back.
All right.
I would suggest that you find some way of trying, because these encampments tend to reappear once folks find that they can't hide there or whatever, they come back. And so you need to proactively take some steps somehow to keep
It's part
that
of the new agreement with the buyer. They're going to make sure that
And let them
no
know
other
that-
homeless start camping there again.
You're familiar with the trespass arrest, and you can inform them on that. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. And to confirm, the next cutoff date or the next date for compliance is February 10th?
It's February 4th.
4th?
The
Okay.
hearing is on February
Hearing is the
10th.
10th.
I don't expect that any fine would be levied at that point based on what I've heard so far, but you're all making progress. But again, for those people who don't make progress, then they are looking at a fine. So therefore, do you have anything further? Ms. Gow, sir? Okay. Therefore, in case number, is this 19?
18th.
19?
18.
15. Which case are we?
We already did 19. That
19.
was the lady before us. We're
Third
on
one.
18.
18, okay,
Ms. Gow, do you have any other cases?
okay.
Yeah, we have case 40.
40?
Okay. In case number 18, therefore, I hereby find the respondent, is this Daytona Prime Development LLC, in case number SMG 012625 for the property at Vine Street, parcel number 4244-01-06-0032 to be in non-compliance or the respondent come into compliance by February 4th, 2026, or be returned to a hearing before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026 for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Okay.
All right, you're good. All right.
Are we dismissed?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. All right. I'd like to take a case out.
Sir, case number 20 is already in compliance, okay? Compliance day
Oh, they
was,
are in compliance.
yeah,
Oh, so we're done with new cases.
January 12, 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bostwick. So case number 20, SMG 012627, Adalto J. Freitas, Division Street, parcel number 5339-31-00-0100 is in compliance as of January 12th. Okay, 2026. All right.
I had my name.
Yeah, and he said you're in compliance as of today.
Okay, so I'm good to go?
You're good to go.
Hopefully we never see you again.
I hope so too.
You didn't have to say anything.
No?
No, you're done.
Okay, then
Thank you for bringing the property into compliance.
thank you guys. Have a good day.
All right. We now move on to the continued cases, and I'm going to take one out of order. Number 40. Case number 40, SMG 05-2592, Araya International Realty LLC, 709 Ora Street, parcel number 5304-04-08-0130, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, Article 9, and various other codes. And do I have someone here on behalf of Aria International Realty?
Yep. Alana Smith with Cobb Cole Law Firm, 1 Daytona Boulevard, attorney for the property owner.
Okay. And we are here, the action today is to determine whether a fine should be imposed. Mr. Stenson.
Good morning, John Stinson, Code Inspector with the City. My qualifications are on file. As respondent was first notified on February 29, 2025, I have been in contact with the owners and with their counsel. There's going to be quite some extensive work there, so I would like to amend this to the March cutoff.
March cutoff, and that would be 3/4/26. And then the hearing would be set for 3/10/26. Okay. Ms. Smith?
That works for us, thank you.
Excuse me?
That works for us, thank you.
Okay. All right. Therefore, then, I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number SMG 05-2592 for Araya International Realty LLC, property being at 709 Ora Street, parcel number 5304-04-08-0130, to be amended to allow the respondent to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding for the special property into compliance by March 4th, 2026, or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on March 10th, 2026, for consideration fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what he calls it.
Okay. It is being 7 minutes before 11 or 10:53. I'm going to order a short recess of 10 minutes. Is that satisfactory for everyone?
No objections.
And and then we will reconvene and continue with the remaining cases. We recess.
recess.
I'm calling the January 13, 2026 Special Magistrate hearing session back to order. And we have 24 more cases to go, but we only have a few bodies and we have one Zoom, which comes to a total of 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you all out of the way first, and then we'll handle the ones who aren't here once we're finished. But we are going to start with number 39, which I believe is on Zoom. Is that individual ready to?
Both of them are on. There's
Is he
two of
on?
them. Yep, both of them.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Okay, I'm going to call the case. Case number 39, SMG 052577, Daytona Beach MHP LLC, property being at 622 North Beach Street, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, various provisions of Article 6, provisions of Article 9, outside storage, unmaintained commercial property, et cetera. So, sir, if you could state your name for the record.
Yes, sir. Good morning. My name is Sean Cornell, attorney for Atlas Law. I represent the respondent, and I also have Mr. Jordan Parker here as well. Mr. Parker is a manager for the property manager.
Okay. Is it Mr. Parker is the only one who is currently on? Is that correct? We will need somebody who is sworn in if you're going to testify.
Just Mr. Parker.
Okay, state your name for the record.
Yes, I am Jordan Parker. I work with Core Communities, the property manager for this property.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I swear.
State your affiliation again, please.
I am Jordan Parker. I am employed with the property manager at Core Communities LLC.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Stenson, can you provide me with a synopsis of this case?
Good morning, John Stinson, Code Inspector with the City. Qualifications are on file. This property owner was first notified, 24 February 2025. Compliance is due by 10 March 2025. Last site visit on this property was January 12, 2026. Currently, all the violations have been corrected. I'd like to put them in compliance as of yesterday.
Oh, well, gentlemen.
12, yes. I'm sorry,
The
12.
inspector has stated, and you heard that he has done gone to the property and found it to now be in compliance. So I will make a finding of compliance, and that will bring this matter to a close. You don't have to say anything. Okay, so therefore, case number 39, SMG 052577, Daytona Beach MHP LLC for property at 622 North Beach Street, based upon the testimony of the city inspector, is now in compliance as of February 12th.
January 12th.
26.
January 12th.
January 12th, I'm sorry.
For the process, so is there anything you guys would like to say? No? Okay.
No, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Stenson and Melissa and Mr. Magistrate. That would be all. We would just ask if we could receive a copy of the order when you have it available, please.
You will.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for getting the property in compliance. That's what this process is about.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
Okay, we're now going to take the remaining cases, just so you all are aware, if you want to take a break or step outside, use a phone or something. We're going to do case number 24, and then that will be the next one. Then we're going to do 27, 29, 30, 33, 42, and 44. and then we'll go back and you all can leave, and we'll be doing the cases for the people who didn't show up.
Thank you for all that work.
Okay, so let's go back to case 24. Case number 24, SMG 052597, William Dennison Sr., property at 500 South Ridgewood Avenue, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, violations of Article 5, Article 8, Article 9, City Code, Chapter 90. Sir, are you here on behalf of William Dennison Sr.?
I am. He had a doctor's appointment. He had to go to a heart specialist today. So he was here with me, but he had to
You
leave.
should be sworn first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be me.
If you could state your name and be
Yes.
sworn in. And
It's Wesley Amos.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Now you can repeat it for the record.
Okay.
if you could repeat that for the record, just for
It's
people.
Wesley Amos.
No,
I
I
meant your
mean, why you're
affiliation.
here on
Oh.
behalf of Mr.
I am
Dennison.
I rent the property from Mr. Dennis.
Okay, and Mr. Dennison couldn't be here because
He just left because he had to go to a
appointment.
doctor's appointment, correct.
Okay.
So I was given 60 days to come in compliance with what, where, when, and how. It was kind of an unfair time for me.
Well, let Ms. Domingo state the issues first,
Okay.
and then you will have an opportunity to. And it's better for you too, because you can then respond to what she has to say.
We have this as a continuing case with the violation being no BTR and zoning as it relates to the use of the property. There's an application that's under review for a BTR that there has been some delay in getting all of the documentation provided to permits and licensing as they're trying to get the business that operates here licensed. I would also need to ask from you today, Magistrate Riggio, that there be an order of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff entered for this case, because it's just been continuing at this point from when it was first on the agenda, and we want to get that order on record for the case of non-compliance.
Okay. Mr. Amos, do you understand?
I do understand.
You have if I understand, the property is not properly zoned for the use that's currently there?
They're working through that through the BTR process from a bottle club to a social club.
Actually, so we are not finding, we don't recommend to put them in non-compliant for the zoning. If they get their BT, that means that the proper permits and licensing has deemed it to be properly a behavior that's allowed in that zoning district. But until it's kind of pending, right? Because we don't, it's either or. Either it's an improper use because of a zoning violation, or they don't have a BTR. Until permits and licensing makes that decision, I'm advising staff that we just have to wait.
So don't ask for non-compliance for
No, because we
BTR?
don't know yet. It's
Okay.
up to permits and licensing.
Okay.
Okay, so, but we do have some things like overgrown property, weeds,
All that's been
trash,
taken
and
care of.
debris.
That has all been in compliance since June.
Okay.
We've been continuing the case to allow him to work with permits and licensing to get the documents that they're requesting about this establishment turned in for part of the review for the BTR application that's been submitted.
Yes, so if they don't grant him the BTR, then it's not a permitted use in that.
So we're just continuing this matter.
Yes, from what I'm being told now, yes.
Okay. And it's not clear right now whether or not it's in non-compliance, so to speak.
Correct. There are more documents that Mr. Amos needs to submit, which in my communication with him, he informed me that he would bring those documents and submit them to permits and licensing.
So that raises the question of what date do you want to continue this to? Is there a suggestion?
Can I explain a little bit? Sure. They gave me 60 days, and it was a good thing for 60 days to get some stuff done that had to be done. The problem with the 60 days is it fell into the holidays, And then on top of that, we had the government shutdown. For me to get a 501(c)(3), I have to go through the IRS. I thought I could do it on my own. I could not. I didn't realize that there was a little bit more into it than from going from a not-for-profit to a nonprofit is a totally change of structure in the way we have to do business. So I had to completely reconstruct a nonprofit to where it's going to conform to what the IRS wants, and that's basically what is holding us back right now. I ended up hiring an attorney through LegalZoom to get this done. Actually, he said that he would email. I talked to him after I talked to her last night, that he would email everybody with what we had to do, the attorney, and
You have my card?
yes, I do.
Okay.
Yep. I think he was giving it to.
I was out a couple of days, so you might have.
No, it was Kim, I think, Flyer.
Oh, that was permission licensing.
Yeah, that's who that it would be sent to. You need me to send it to you also?
No, I could reach out to them.
Okay.
So you're moving forward, and you've got
Yes, I am moving forward. We're trying
you've got
to-
all kinds of things that
I
have
work with her the
held
best
you
I
up.
can to, make sure that everything's in where we need it to be. It wasn't my fault that it isn't completed now. I can't tell you exactly how long it's going to take me to get this completed because we found a few other things that the attorney needs to talk with the city to figure out how this is going to work on down the line. So I would ask for another 60 days for me just to be comfortable, if that's okay with y'all.
That's a good progress
That's
checkpoint.
good. You have to stay on the radar screen. That's
And like I
so
said,
60 days sounds like a good.
right.
So therefore, I'm just going to continue this for 60 days, and that would be for the March 10th.
Okay.
Okay. Therefore, in case number 24, SMG 0520, do you have anything further to say?
No, sir.
Okay. In case number 24, SMG 052597, respondent being William Dennison Sr. for property at 500 South Ridgewood Avenue, I hereby order that this matter come back before the special magistrate for consideration on March 10th, 2026.
Ms. Diaz, can I get you?
Of course.
I'll have them email that to you also. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Next case is number 27, SMG 1025-182. Segue to Me, LLC, 769 Alabama Street, parcel number 5238, 3800-3260, cited for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 6, provisions, Article 9. Okay. And do we have a respondent present?
Yeah, David Schaefer.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
State your affiliation.
David Schaefer, that's my corporation, Segue to Me.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Butler?
Good morning. Inspector Roosevelt Butler, credentials on file with the City of Daytona Beach. As pertains to 769 Alabama Street, the respondent was first notified on August the 2nd, 2025. Since last court proceedings, I've had contact with the property manager as well as the owner, whom has begun to clean the outside of the property up as well as the inside so that they can move forward. Staff recommend to amend to the March cutoff. This is a lengthy process. So, but they are moving forward, as you can see by the pictures. That was yesterday.
Okay. Is that fence going to need to be replaced? It looks like some of it's pretty old.
Yes, they're working on that. But if you look at the initial pictures that was presented, you can see that entire back area right there. You saw that? Go back, right there.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the pictures from yesterday, it's going to show that all of that has been removed. So with that being said, I would like to amend to the March cutoff.
Okay. I have no objection. Mr. Schaefer, do you have anything to say?
As long as we got that, we're fine.
Okay. Therefore, I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number SMG 1025-182 for the respondent Seguemi LLC, property at 769 Alabama Street, parcel number 5238, 38003260, be amended to allow the respondent to bring the property into compliance or be returned to proceeding before the special magistrate on March 4th, to bring the property in compliance by March 4th, 2026, or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on March 10th, 2026 for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Okay.
And sir, just keep in contact with Mr. Butler and hopefully everything will work out for you.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. Next case is number 29, SMG 09-24-158, R&J Estates LLC, property at 110 Palm Place, parcel number 5-339-71-00-0042. Cite for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 3.
Hi, good morning. Inspector Quinn, City of Daytona Beach Code Compliance.
Okay, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Rosa Alvarado.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
The respondent was first notified on November 8th, 2023. Since the last hearing, I have had contact with the property owners. The property remains unoccupied, and the property owner's permit application is out for corrections. At this time, staff recommends a progress check at the February meeting.
A progress report?
Yeah, a progress report at the February hearing.
Okay. Okay.
That's not.
Ma'am, for a couple questions for you. What is your relationship to R&J Estates LLC?
Owner.
Okay.
Sorry. They're showing pictures.
And
Now belongs to the house.
the city is asking for a progress report at the February 10th meeting, which would mean you probably should have it into the city by February 4th so that Ms. Quinn has an opportunity to take a look at it.
Can I ask for 60 days? Because we start the process with the permits.
It's only a progress report.
It's just a progress report.
Ah, okay.
Okay. It's,
okay.
You're not being at the February meeting. You're not going to be fined or anything. It's just showing that there's the steps you have taken and what you plan to take and when you plan to do those steps.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. So therefore, in case number 29, SMG 09-24-158, respondent being R&J Estates LLC, property at 110 Palm Place, parcel number 5339-71-00-0042. I hereby order that a progress report be prepared by the respondent and provided to the inspector on or before February 4th, and that she be returned to the special magistrate proceeding on February 10th to provide that report to the special magistrate.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Case number 30, SMG 08-25-142, respondent John A. McCafferty, 312 Loomis Avenue, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, provisions, Article 9. Sir, if you can, are you Mr. McCafferty?
Yes, John McCafferty.
And if you can be sworn in, and ma'am, are you going to provide any testimony?
Yes.
If so, if you could state your, be sworn in as well.
State your name.
Nicole Consolazio,
CONSOLAZIO.
You said Nicole?
Yes, ma'am.
And
John McCafferty.
do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Beanie?
Yes, sir. Inspector Ron Beanie, my code credentials are on file with the city. The respondent was first notified on March 13th, 2025. Since the last hearing, I've had contact with the owner. There has been progress to the property. Staff has recommended to amend this case to the March cutoff.
Okay. Mr. McCafferty, do you have anything you want to say?
For the tarp on the roof, Nicole's helping me. I'm applying to the Transform 380.
Yeah, do you want me to tell them?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I work for Endeavors. I'm a disaster case manager. This home is a result of hurricane damage. So he is actively working to get this fixed. He is with Transform 386. He already has his application in. And so it only moves as fast as Transform 386 allows him to. It is very difficult for him to put money on a fixed income into a home that could potentially be completely demolished and redone. So a lot of times our agency just tells the clients to hold off until they can see what the outcome of Transform 386 will be.
Okay, I understand. I've seen these before, and
yes,
it involves money, and that money is in short supply. And
exactly, yes, sir.
If I may, I think I've gotten almost everything that has been suggested in compliance. There were a couple small things yesterday that I will attend to in the next day or two. So for the initial complaint, I believe I'm caught up other than the roofing itself.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's done a lot of things to the property, even though it's going to possibly be demolished. Aesthetically, he's made it look nice.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to.
There's a minimum of 30 days for the 386 program to appoint somebody, or a maximum. So it could be 30 days before I even get a case manager with them. So
I have clients with them, so they know, kind of.
So, Mr. Beanie, you want to continue this to the March 4th?
Yes, sir.
And hopefully by then you'll have heard something, but if you don't, well, then you can say you haven't.
Go from there.
Okay.
Mr. Beanie's been awesome guidance. So thank you.
Okay, so therefore, in hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number SMG 0825-142 be amended to allow the respondent, John A. McCafferty, to bring the property at 312 Loomis Avenue into compliance, or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on March 10th. Is that March 10th? 2026, for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. That has to be there, but I understand that this may be around a while.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole. Yeah. See you, John. Yep.
Right. Case number 33.
Oh, I apologize.
Case number 33, SMG 10-25-188, NDR Pahokee LLC, 1503 South Atlantic Avenue, parcel number 531601000022, cited for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 9, and City Code, Chapter 90. Sir, are you here on behalf of NDR Pahokee LLC?
Yes.
Okay, if you could state your name and be sworn in. And
sure. Mandy Friedman?
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
What's your affiliation?
Maintenance manager?
Thank you.
And your name again is, sir?
Mendy.
Menzi?
Mendy.
Mendy, okay. And you have authority to speak on behalf of Pahokee LLC?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, 33, okay, good.
All right, Mr. Reckenzone?
Since the last hearing, I've had contact with the property, and the BTR has been approved. We were expecting today a plan for what they're going to do with the pool and the pool deck, the damaged pool and the pool deck.
Okay. Does the pool hold water, or is it
No,
empty?
no, it's completely washed out from underneath.
Okay.
You don't consider it a safety hazard?
It's completely closed off.
Okay. And is there a plan?
Yeah, so that's what we're here for. So we had a
Report?
yeah, so we had a very hard time getting quotes, but thank God we've been able to establish a company that we're going to move forward with. We're just waiting for the engineering to come through. I did bring along with me the initial quote from them, and the plan is to just move forward and get it done.
I take it you have an engineer already on board?
Yeah, they're hot. This company is going to be getting the engineer that they trust, and we're going to go along with them.
Okay. Mr. Reckenzone?
What kind of timeline?
They said between 4 to 6 months to get it completed.
The city's requesting to come back in March for a review.
Okay. Okay. Because I see here, there's one of the proposed thing is to impose a fine, and I take it that the city
If
wants
there
to
wasn't,
make
if there
sure
wasn't a
that
plan,
you've seen all of this.
I haven't seen the
The
plan yet.
engineered diagrams and the plan for,
No, this is the first time I've seen it.
okay. Well, I think, do you have any problem coming back on March 4th? Or
No.
March 10th, actually?
Yeah, but then I definitely would assume that there should be at least work being done, so.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that a copy for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize. I should have probably sent it in. I apologize for that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume in this one, there's already been a finding of noncompliance.
Yes.
So we could just do an amended order of noncompliance with March 10th.
Yes,
Will that be for consideration?
yes.
Okay.
And if it helps, we did sell a property to be able to fund this project as well, so we're definitely doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I give Mr. Reckenzone and whoever needs to look at those papers to.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
All right. Therefore, I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number 33, SMG 10-25-188, be amended to allow the respondent, NDR Pahokee LLC, to bring the property at 1503 South Atlantic Avenue, parcel number 5316-001, or 01000022, into compliance or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on March 10th, 2026 for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. We have to add that on there, but it sounds as long as everything goes smoothly, then there'll be just additional time after that to actually implement what you plan to do.
Perfect.
Am I correct in that, Mr. Reckenzone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Case number 42. Case number 42, SMG 1125-213, respondent 594B LLC, property at 594 Belleau Road, parcel number 533805000480, site for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 6, Article 8, Article 9. And is someone here? Ma'am, if you could state your name and your relationship to 594B LLC.
Tara Acker, A-C-K-E-R. I'm the property manager.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your affiliation again, please.
Property manager.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Stenson.
This respondent was first notified on 3 September 2025. Since the last hearing, the permits have been obtained for the work being done. The RV has been removed, and there's still open permit that remains. So city would like to amend this case to the February cutoff.
Okay, that would be 2/4.
The only thing I ask is more time than that. The permit runs until March as it stands, and there's way more construction going on than what the violations were. We've corrected the violations, but the hurricane repairs are still going on. For instance, we have to replace the roofing, and that has not even started yet.
Okay. Mr. Stenson, is that acceptable to you?
She's definitely going to need more time than that, so we should probably amend this to the March cutoff.
Okay, so that would be March 10th.
That's
Okay.
better. Thank you so much.
All right. And if there's any, you might bring Mr. Stenson up to date before that hearing so that he knows what's going on. Keep
Yes, sir,
him
I talked to
informed.
him
The sign off comes from him.
Yes.
I don't, the special magistrates don't do the compliance determinations. It's the inspectors who do all that. They get the important stuff. We just get. So, okay. So therefore, I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number SMG 1125-213 be amended to allow the respondent 594B LLC to bring the property at 594 Belleau Road, parcel number 5338-05-00-0480, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on March 10th, 2026 for consideration fine of up to $1,000 per day. But again, as I said, good faith progress. You get more time to finish your project because it looks like it'd probably take a while to get this done.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Thank you so much.
And our final case that is present is case number 44, SMG 1125-223, Chi Young and Chun Zaham, 1208 Kennedy Road, parcel number 4244-01-20-0084, cited for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 3, Article 9. Sir, are you here?
Yeah.
On behalf of this matter? And if you could state your name and be sworn in.
My name is Chi Young Ham.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to
Yes, I do.
provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I
Thank
do.
you.
Okay, Mr. Stenson.
Yes, this respondent was first notified on 16 July 2025. Since the last hearing, the owner has requested re-inspection, a couple of re-inspections. However, the open permit failed its inspection on December 29th, 2025, and has not yet been passed. The city is asking for the imposition of a fine on this property of $300 per day to be capped at $15,000.
Okay. What is the permit that still remains open.
In order to correct the lack of heat on the property, they install a new HVAC system. It
Okay.
still needs to be inspected by the building department.
Okay. Are there other things that remain to be done?
No, I just need to do a final inspection after that permit is closed out.
Okay. Mr. Young?
Oh, okay. We comply everything last year. October and December, October and November, we finished everything. Then we called a few times. They never called back and respond to anything. They didn't come anything for re-inspections. Include, I sent 2 letters in his office. I dropped in for, please come down, inspection. He didn't come back there. And December 29, and another inspector come in, inspect air conditioning system. So I have this one, Inspector 29 and December. Since then, I never heard anything, never. So
My problem right now is, if I understand, all of the violations have been addressed, but the AC system, was a new AC system installed?
yes,
Okay. And that is the remaining item that needs to be done. It needs to be inspected and made sure it was done right. Is that, am I correct in that? Are there other things that are outstanding?
The building department needs to final this permit.
Okay, I understand that.
After that permit is final, then I will go out to see if the rest of the violations have been corrected. I have not re-inspected the property
Okay.
while this permit is open.
Okay, Mr. Young, have the other violations been corrected?
yeah, we corrected everything. So we were waiting for. I asked the staff member, he show up or not. I didn't see him anything. So what am I gonna do if he doesn't want re-inspections? I can't do much about it until re-inspections.
So you're waiting on the city inspector from building to come inspect your air conditioning?
Yes, my citation things. So we have to have a final inspection. That's why I called them few times, include the 2 letters I hand over to his office, December and January. So he never called, he never showed up, anything. So
Okay. Do you have a name for a person that you've been communicating with? Is there a person that you've been communicating with, and the inspector? I'm having a hard time putting a fine on a property if we're waiting on an inspector who hasn't showed up.
yeah,
And that's what my problem is. If you are complete, then that needs to be inspected, then Mr. Stenson needs to go out and make sure that the other items are resolved, and then you're done. But this is sort of an unusual one. Is it someone from the building department who has to come out?
okay, what is the citations?
Yes.
We fix them,
Hang on 1 second.
and then we call re-inspection.
Well, I understand that, sir. Mr. Stenson wanted to say something, and
I believe he's explaining that he's contacted me on more than one occasion to come and respect the property.
Correct.
I've advised him on each of those occasions that he still has an open permit from the building department to finalize the new HVAC system.
You're
It's been
not,
put in-
you don't
That's correct. The building department
inspect
does
those
that.
things.
Correct. There was one inspection performed on this HVAC system on the 29th of December, 2025. It failed. This is the document he has in his hand right now. Since then, there has not been a reinspection by the building department for this new installation. Therefore, he still has an open permit.
This, okay, one breaker missing, inspector said. We call the cooling system company called electrician. They put them back, new ones. So everything is fine.
Okay, sir, if I understand, I think I'm taking, there was something wrong with the installation.
Correct.
And you may have called the AC company and they may have come back and fixed it, but it still has to be re-inspected. That, you failed the first inspection. That's why they came back and fixed it, but the city doesn't know that they fixed it correctly until the inspector comes back and says it's been done right. It may not be done right because usually, I mean, oftentimes when these AC guys come and do things, they do things right the first time. So why there's a problem, I don't know, but it does require a re-inspection by the city, not by the company that put it in. I mean, the fact that you had somebody come out and do it, you have to call and have somebody from the city building department come there and do a re-inspection and make sure they fixed it correctly.
When I talk to, why don't you come down, re-inspection for me? We complied. So he said that, oh, you didn't fix the air conditioning.
Well,
No.
you technically haven't fixed the air conditioner until you get a sign off from the city building department that says that it has been installed correctly.
Yes, he said that, oh, you didn't fix the air conditioning. So I thought that he's gonna inspect.
He can't inspect it. He's
Yeah.
not an air conditioner
So,
inspector.
we were waiting until 29th. Another inspector come in. He said the building inspector. He inspected air conditioning and everything. He got the letter, this one. So I called company again. They send the electrician, new breaker.
New breaker.
Yeah, everything is fine now.
No, it's not fine until the city comes back and makes sure they installed the new breaker correctly.
Yeah, okay.
So-
They didn't come back yet.
So what I recommend is you schedule an inspection, have him come out and inspect it, and then if you have fines that ran, you can ask for a lien review. Do you remember the beginning of this hearing where people got their fines released? Do you? So we can't take your word for it, I'm sorry, unless you have some actual documentation, like from the, even still, he needs to be the one to put eyes on it and put it in compliance. We can't really go back and forth.
Sir, you are not, I take it you are not an air conditioner inspector.
No.
So you don't know, you hired somebody to do it.
Yes.
They didn't do it right the first time, apparently. So they're not in a good position to say they did it right the second time. That's why the city comes out and inspects it to make sure it's done right.
So they didn't come back.
And I assume all it takes is a call to the building department and have them send an inspector out.
I believe we have a new offer,
Okay.
a new recommendation.
So,
I think we're on the same page.
correct.
You need to be on the same page, and it's not a difficult one.
No, what I'd like to suggest is that one, that we amend this case to the March cutoff.
Okay.
And you, when you leave here, you're gonna go downstairs today As soon as you leave here, right downstairs. Okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the permits and licensing office. You're gonna ask for a reinspection.
Which department?
Downstairs, where you got your permit, ask them for a reinspection.
Okay.
Room 127,
127.
downstairs.
You're gonna inspect for air conditioning.
First, go down there, take the elevator, walk all the way down the hall.
You told me many times you didn't finish. Once you finish the air conditioning, I inspect. That's
you're
why
not-
I was
So
worried.
you're not going to be fine today. You-
I know that this will not belongs to your part. I didn't know this. Okay, you told me.
We're trying to work with you, sir. We're trying to work with you. Mr. Stinson is not a air conditioner inspector.
Yes, I.
So you have to there are other people who work for the city who are air conditioner inspectors. You need to get one of them to come out, and hopefully he will say, it's done right. Then he will give you whatever the sign off. Mr. Stinson can then close his file out and say everything's done. But he can't sign off until he has that sign off from somebody who's knowledgeable with the city about air conditioners who says it's done right.
He said, I'm waiting until finish the air conditioning.
It's not finished until the building department closes
Yes.
out the permit and says it's all been done right. They haven't done that yet.
So, but
Now
this is better for you to discuss with him after the meeting.
Yes.
He can explain it to you in detail. We can show you where the office is. Could you probably take
I
him?
can
He'll
do
walk
that.
you down. If you wait until this is over, he'll walk you to permits and licensing. You guys can have a meeting, but this is not the right forum. He can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. The only people who can do something about it is him and the building inspector. I don't want to waste your time. There's other people here too waiting, I think. So we're just going to continue this case. So you come back in March, okay? Right? Is that what you said?
Have a seat until this hearing is over with, and I'm gonna take you downstairs.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an amended order of noncompliance to March. Did I
You
give
said
enough?
March, so I don't know.
And if everything goes well, Mr. Stinson says you're in compliance and you don't have to come back here.
Correct.
So, but you have to go through certain steps in order to close out the matter. And Mr. Stinson is on the right track, and you need to do what he's telling you to do so that he can put all the check marks in the right boxes, and this thing's closed and done. Okay? And it's for your benefit too, because if that company that didn't do it right the first time, didn't do it right the second time, you will never know, because you, I take it, are not knowledgeable about air conditioners. If they did something wrong, when it's re-inspected, they can come back and say, oh, he didn't do this right. He put the wrong wires together. And that's to your benefit, because then you don't have a faulty air conditioner. Okay? So this is all, everybody's trying to help you out essentially on this and get you through this. Just listen to what Mr. Stinson has to say. I know it's frustrating. I know you're not grasping that just because somebody did some work that it's not necessarily right. Well, they did the work the first time and it wasn't right. That's why they came back. So they're coming back to check and make sure they did the right fix. And that's to your benefit. Okay? So what's the recommendation on this one?
Okay, recommend that we amend this case to the March cutoff.
Okay. All right. And if I'm going to amend this case to the March 10th, okay? But hopefully, March 10th. But hopefully, when Mr. Stinson takes you down there and they come out and do a reinspection and they say everything's fine, hopefully, then he can sign off and you don't have to come back at all.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. March 10.
March 10th.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So in Hereby order the previous order of non-compliance in case number SMG 11-25-223 be amended to allow the respondents Chi Young and Chun Za Ham to bring the property at 1208 Kennedy Road, parcel number 4244-0120-0084, into compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the special magistrate on March 10th, 2024 for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Okay, Mr. Stenson,
Yes.
the respondent, I don't know, hopefully you've made it clear to him to wait for you so you can escort him down to
I just sent
building.
an inspector out to remind him.
Okay. Okay. Should we have one more case? 41. Okay. Case number 41, SMG 042568, Sunshine Ventures and Management LLC. Property is at 999 North Atlantic Avenue. Site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6 and Article 9, sections in Article 9. Sir?
State your name.
Kobe Betzalel.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
State your affiliation.
I'm one of the owners.
Thank you.
Mr. Stenson.
We are here for a progress report on this one. My only report is that the condition of the property hasn't changed. However, there is a permit that is still awaiting resubmittal that was submitted on 24 December 2025, and that's all the information I have. I've had no contact with the property owner or anyone affiliated with the property since.
So the new permit was resubmitted with all the architectural drawings, mechanical drawings, electrical, and plumbing. All of them have been approved. We also submitted asbestos report, which shows that the property is clean of asbestos. The only reason, as for my understanding, that the permit is not completely approved yet for us to start the work is because we are missing the mechanical contractor. The previous one we had is not available for us right now, so we're actually looking for someone else. We have someone that might be taking the job and be assigned to the permit, but that's the only thing that is waiting for us to start the work.
Okay. I take it's is it all of those buildings, those concrete block buildings there?
Yes, it's a concrete block building. Yep.
Okay. Mr. Stenson?
I'd like to have this case brought back in February for either for a progress report or the imposition of a fine.
Okay. And which permits are you waiting on, did you say?
The permits were submitted and approved. I mean, the drawings and everything related to the permit was approved already. And we also paid I believe it was $1,500 that was paid for the permit. The only thing, again, that is missing right now on the permit is the assigned mechanical contractor. That's what we waiting for that to be finalized, and he will, mechanical contractor will be assigned to the permit, and we can start the work.
Okay. All right. So what is your recommendation, Mr. Stenson?
I recommend that we amend this case to the February cutoff.
February.
To bring it back for either the progress report. If there's no progress, I'll be requesting the imposition of a fine.
Okay. All right. Sir, I would recommend, and unfortunately almost everybody's gone, but when you do progress reports, it's good to keep the inspector in the loop, because you're talking to a special magistrate. I'm not an architect or a builder or a contractor. And so I hear what you have to say. Mr. Stenson can hear it, and it has meaning to him from his standpoint as a code inspector, and he can say, well, what about this or what about that? And so, you have delivered your progress report, and it does appear that you are making progress. Mr. Stenson seems to think that it may need a little bit more progress a little quicker than sitting there. But at this point, the recommendation from him, and I don't have a problem with it, is to have you come back and reset this again for February 10th. And hopefully by then you've got the mechanical issues resolved and see some progress on this property.
Will do.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So then, I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number SMG 042568 be amended to allow the respondent Sunshine Ventures and Management LLC to bring the property at 999 North Atlantic Avenue into compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the special magistrate on February 10th for consideration fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Continue for a progress report and imposition of a fine. We just continue it in the same fashion, right?
Mr. Stenson had asked for an amended order of noncompliance. And I think that he has some issues regarding the progress on this property, and he may be recommending some kind of fine.
Today was the progress report.
Correct.
I asked for the
And
case
I see
to
there's
be
also possible imposition of a fine.
possible imposition of a fine. Given the respondent's testimony, I'm amending this to the February cutoff. It will read the same thing for a progress report or the imposition of a fine. That imposition of a fine part's going to come in if there's no progress.
I see this has been kicking around now for a year, over a year.
Actually, quite a long time.
Yeah.
This is actually a new owner, and he's basically picked up where the old owner left off.
Okay.
However, we are basically in the same situation that we've been in.
Why don't we just amend to the next cutoff? Then we get the sufficient evidence, then we'll just take it from there. Just amend to the next cutoff.
That's what I did.
Okay, let's go with that.
That's what an amended order of noncompliance is about.
Sounds good.
That there is a possibility of assessment of a fine, or if there's the basis for that.
So we're going to just amend this to the February cutoff.
That's what I did. I amended it to 210.
Sold.
Amended order of noncompliance.
Compliance by February 4th?
No. It's just, compliance by February 4th or. I think Mr. Stenson's looking for some progress other than some paper shuffling around.
Correct.
You want to see some actual work begin, or everything in line to begin, or something of that nature. That's up to you to on February 10th to satisfy him. And I'd say you keep in touch with him and make sure he's happy, and then he can give you more time.
Okay.
Because I'm a special magistrate, and whoever sits in this chair is not a code inspector, is not a contractor or an engineer. We hear what the testimony is from the parties, and we try to assess it. But if the code inspector says give him more time, then we're more likely going to do that. But if he says not, then there's some weight behind the statements that why he may believe that more time is not necessary. So keep him in the loop.
Will do. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't hard to do.
Mr. Stinson, while we have you up there, well, we have several cases for you. I don't know whether we want to go back to the beginning. Where did we? Why don't? What's the?
You can go to 600, case number 43. We just did 44. I just figured. Cut the line.
Right. What is the pleasure, since there are no respondents currently present, and I know some of you probably would like to be out here doing something other than waiting for your...
No worries.
Leave it to you guys to decide. Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yes, two more.
I have 600 North.
Sarah only has one. Yeah.
You know what? Why don't you let them do this while I go walk this guy downstairs?
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miss...
Want me to do mine?
Okay, so who has how many cases?
I think John only has, you only have one left, John.
Yes.
That doesn't matter. Go ahead. No worries.
Okay, we're just going to go back to number 21 and just run down. Okay. Case number. Case number 21, SMG 11-25-217, Masonic Lodge, number 36, 512 South Street, parcel number 5339-4900-0200. Site of failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 9. There is no respondent present. Mr. Bostwick, the action to be taken is proposed action is impose a fine.
Yes, sir. All right. Respondent was first notified on September 17th of 2025. Since last November's hearing, there's been no progress or contact. Staff requests a fine of $250 a day with a maximum fine of $15,000.
Okay. Could you quickly summarize what kind of work needs to be done on this
Needs
property?
to clean up his lot, sir.
Clean up the lot. Okay. It looks like it could use some cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So therefore, I hereby find that in case number SMG 11-25-217 that the respondent Masonic Lodge number 36, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance and therefore order a fine in the amount of
$250 a day with a maximum fine of
to
$15,000.
commence on today's date, January 13th, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of
$15,000.
$15,000 or the property is brought into compliance. Okay. Case number 22, SMG 11-25-219, Ola and Victoria Osipchuk, property at McGee Street, parcel number 5238-2100-0280, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9. Again, we have an unmaintained lot. Mr. Bostwick?
Yes, sir. Respondent was first notified on September 16th of 2025. Since last November's hearing, there's been no progress or contact in cleaning up the vacant lot. So staff requests a fine of $250 a day with a maximum fine of $15,000.
Okay. Let me ask, has the respondent been properly notified?
Yes, sir.
I have a letter that was sent, well, I have a letter here, the secretary can attest whether it was sent, that has the correct information on it for this hearing.
Okay. With the 2026 date?
Yes.
Okay.
I can.
Oh, what about while we're at it, what about Masonic Lodge?
That was the last one. Again, I can only attest to the letter in front of me has the correct information. The secretary would attest whether it was sent.
They're all returning cases.
They're all returning cases, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go back to that one real quick, but we're going to stay on this one right now and get it resolved.
Yeah, the letter has.
Okay, so therefore, the The respondents in this case were notified of the correct date of this hearing, and therefore I hereby find that in case number 22 SMG 1125-219 that the respondents Ola and Victoria Osipchuk, who were previously found in noncompliance, remain in noncompliance and therefore order a fine in the amount of
$250 a day.
in the amount of $250 per day to commence on January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until a fine has reached the amount of $15,000?
Yes, sir.
$15,000 of the property is brought into compliance. All right. Just as a clarification, in the previous matter, case number 21, SMG 1125-217, is there correspondence to the notification to the respondent of the proper date of this hearing? Yes, so they were notified of this date, January 13, 2026. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Kirk? Case number 23, SMG 1025-183, Vicky Ottman, 121 South Helm Place, parcel number 5339001230044, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, Article 9. Ms. Kirk.
Good afternoon, Sarah Kirk, Inspector with the City. My credentials are on file. This was a citizen complaint case that I received in August of 2024. First notification was 8/22/2025. Since the last hearing, I have had contact, however, no progress. For the life safety violation of the staircase, staff is recommending a $200 a day fine starting 11/22/25 to a max of $15,000. For the other violations, staff is recommending a $100 a day fine starting January 8th, 2026 with a max of $15,000.
Okay.
And the stairs were for safety, correct? Safety
Yes, I
purposes.
said for the life safety violation of the staircase. Yep. Thank you.
And that goes back to 11/22/25?
Yes, for that one, that particular life safety violation with the staircase.
Okay. Before I get to an order, the notification that was sent to the respondent, did this say have the proper date for the hearing?
Yes, it has, the letter I have in front of me has a proper date.
Okay. Therefore, in case number 23, SMG 1025-183, the respondent being Vicky Ottman for property at 121 South Helm Place, parcel number 5339-01-23-0044. I hereby order that a fine for life safety issues in the amount of $250 per day with respect to the staircase be instituted with a starting date of November 22, 2025, and increase $250 each day thereafter. Would that be correct?
I request, staff requested 200, but if you'd like to raise it to
Did you say
250,
200?
I did.
Okay. And that amount be $200
Okay.
per day.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any reason to bump it up to 250.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
It
you.
was just the previous one was 250.
I understand.
$200 per day, beginning on November 22, 2025, with respect to the failure to make the repairs to the staircase, and that a fine of $100 per day be instituted with a start date of January 8, 2026, for all of the other violations which have not been remedied.
Correct.
And that these fines will continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of Is there
15.
some- $15,000, or the property is brought into compliance.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Garcia? We have case number 25, SMG 1025-193, Bay Apartments LLC, 1225 Beach Street, buildings 1201, 1203, 1205, 1207, 1209, 1211, 1217, 1219, 1237, 1247, 1251, 1255, and 1259 is cited for failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 9, and various Florida Building Code provisions. Is there a respondent present?
No, he was.
No
He said he was
respondent.
coming, but I guess he couldn't show up, or maybe he didn't left.
Okay, and the action to be considered today is to impose a fine.
Yeah,
Mr.
Inspector Garcia credentials on file. The respondent was first notified of all the violations on March 18, 2025. I have had contact with property manager. The properties are occupied. There has been progress made. I did an inspection on January 8th and found that units 1201, 1203, 1205, 1207, 1209, 1217, 1237, 1259 have all been completed. The only ones lacking is 1211, 1219, 1247, 1251, and 1255. So with that said, we're asking to amend to the next cutoff.
Okay. It sounds like they're making progress.
Yes, they are.
Okay, therefore, I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number 25, SMG 1025-193 be amended to allow the respondent, Bay Apartments LLC, to bring the property at 1225 South Beach Street, and this would be buildings 1211.
The ones that need to be corrected?
Yes.
It's 1211, 1219, 1247, 1251, and 1255.
Okay, buildings 1211, 1219, 1247, 1251, and 1255 be brought into compliance or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on February 10th
Correct.
for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Okay. Case number 26, SMG 1025-194, address at 1825 Brentwood Road, respondent, 1825 Brentwood Road, Inc., address 1541 South Ridgewood Avenue, parcel number 534002000010, cited failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 6 and Article 9. Mr. Garcia.
The respondent was first notified of all the violations on June 12, 2025, and since the last hearing, I have had no contact. The property is a commercial property occupied. Progress has been minimal. The only thing they've done is they pressure washed the exterior surface and they fixed the damaged fence. But staff's recommending a fine of $300, capped at $25,000.
Okay. Has the respondent in this matter been properly notified of today's hearing?
The letter I have in front of me has the right date.
Has the right date?
Has the right date. The secretary can attest to whether it was sent.
Okay. And yes, it's been properly notified. They've been properly notified then. Okay. Therefore, I hereby find that in case number SMG, or case number 26, which is SMG 1025-194, that the respondent, 1825 Brentwood Road, Inc., who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, and therefore order a fine in the amount of $300 per day to commence on today's date?
Yes, sir.
Okay. January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $25,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Butler. Case number 28, SMG 1125-210 Oregon LLC, 1316 Cadillac Drive, parcel number 5211-1000-0230, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9, Section 9.2A. There's no respondent present. Mr. Butler?
Okay. As it pertains to 1316 Cadillac Drive, respondent was first notified on August 27, 2025. Since November court proceedings, I've had no contact with the property owner, and there has been no progress. Staff requests $500 a day to the maximum of $15,000.
Okay. Again, has the respondent been properly notified of today's hearing?
The letter I have in front of me for this respondent does have the correct date and information for this hearing.
Okay. Madam Clerk, has he been? Okay. Therefore, here, okay, well, let's see where he is. This is case number 28.
You want to catch on?
This is case number 28?
Yes.
Okay, good. I hereby find that in case number 28, SMG 11-25-210, that the respondent, Oregon LLC, was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, and therefore order a fine in the amount of $500 per day to commence on January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000 or the property is brought into compliance. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Butler. Okay, case number 31, SMG 1125-226, Sharoch Shaftuki, property at 726 Rawlings Court, parcel number 5338-01110032, site of failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, Article 9. There is no respondent present. Mr. Beeney.
Okay, Inspector Ron Beeney, credentials are on file. The respondent was first notified on July 24th, 2025. Since the last hearing, I've had no contact from the owner. There's been no progress to the property. Staff is recommending a fine of $300 a day at a cap of $15,000.
Okay. Again, have the respondent been properly notified of today's hearing?
The letter has the correct date and information for this hearing.
Okay. Madam Clerk?
Yes, they've been properly notified.
Thank you. Therefore, okay, I'm looking at the pictures. Okay. Therefore, in case number, I hereby find that in case number 31, SMG 11-25-226, that the respondent Sharoch Shaftuki, who was previously found in non-compliance, remains in non-compliance, and therefore order a fine in the amount of $300 a day to commence on today's date, January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000 or the property is brought into compliance with the property being that at 726 Rawlings Court, parcel number 5338-01110032. Okay. Case number 32, SMG 1125-227, First Premier Management Holdings, LLC, and Jason Herman at 835 South Palmetto Avenue, parcel number 533-903-610040, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6 and Article 9. I do not see a respondent present. Mr. Beeney?
Sir. The respondent was first notified on August 19th, 2025. Since the last hearing, I've had no contact from the owner. There's been no progress to the property. Staff is recommending a fine of $300 per day at a cap of $20,000.
Okay. Again, has the property owner been properly notified of today's hearing?
The letter in front of me has the correct date and information for this hearing.
Madam Secretary?
Yes, they've been properly notified.
Okay, very good. Therefore, how bad is the roof damaged?
From the street, from the vantage point that I have, there's just a tarp over the back end of that roof, and it's been there and never addressed.
Okay. All right. Therefore, I hereby find that in case number 32, SMG 11-25-227, that the respondent, First Premier Management Holdings LLC, and Jason Herman, who was previously found in non-compliance for the property at 835 South Palmetto Avenue, parcel number 533-903-610040, remains in non-compliance and therefore order a fine in the amount of $300 per day to commence on January 13th, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $20,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Reckenzone, you're next. Case number 34, SMG 11-25-211, American Nurses ALF LLC, 700 Bevel Road, parcel number 5340-05-18-0040, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, violations no permit, regard to offense.
Since the last hearing, there has been no contact. No permit has been applied. The staff is recommending a fine of $300 per day up to the maximum of $20,000.
Okay. Therefore, I hereby find that in case number 34, SMG 11-25-211, that the respondent, American Nurses ALF LLC, who was previously found in non-compliance for its property at 700 Bevel Road, parcel number 5340-05-18-0040, remains in non-compliance and therefore order a fine in the amount of $300 per day to commence on January 13th, 2026. Continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $20,000 or the property is brought into compliance. Case number 35, SMG 11-25-222, DTBB LLC, 129 Michigan Avenue, parcel number 5338-41-00-0210, site for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 9. High grass and vines, damaged fence, damaged deck, missing railings, dirt and grime.
Since the last hearing, I've had contact with the property owner. The demo permit is active and the first building is gone. Actually, both buildings are gone now. The city is requesting an amend to next cutoff to complete the demo.
Okay. Has the property owner been properly notified of today's hearing?
The letter I have in front of me it has the correct information for this hearing.
Okay. Madam Secretary?
Yes, they've been properly notified.
Okay. Therefore, I hereby order the previous order of non-compliance in case number 35, SMG 11-25-222, be amended to allow the respondent, DTBB LLC, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the special magistrate on February 10th, 2026 for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Saitani. Case number 36, SMG 05-25-80, Atlantic County 03 LLC, property at 124 Emmett Street, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 3, Article 6, Article 9, various violations.
Inspector has hand and code compliance. Credentials are on file. Respondent was first notified January 3rd, 2025. Since the August hearing, the City of Daytona Beach has purchased the property, and South Africa is recommending we withdraw the case because the city's purchased the property as of November 17th, 2025.
The city's purchased the property?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then therefore, with respect to case number 36, SMG 052580, the previous owner being Atlantic County 03 LLC, property address being 124 Emmett Street, I hereby order that this case be withdrawn.
That was dismissed.
Okay, case number 37, SMG 032552, of respondent being 1995 Big Island Trust dated August 8, 2020, Tyler Anthony Vasquez, trustee, at property address being 314 Ora Street, cited failure to correct violations of Land Development Code, Article 6, Article 9, dirt and grime, peeling paint, boarded up windows, damaged fascia. This was to be, there was supposed to be a progress report, and further ordered not to occupy, utilize, and secure to city standards. Ms. Itani, where do we stand on this one? I don't see a progress report. I don't see a respondent.
Respondent was first notified October 3rd, 2024. Since the November hearing, I've had no contact with the owner, and there's no documented progress. Last inspection was January 12th, 2026, and the result was non-compliance. Staff recommends a fine of $500 a day with a cap of $25,000.
Yeah, he was in person too last.
Okay. Has the respondent been properly notified of today's hearing?
Yes, he was also present last hearing, but the information in the letter in front of me has the correct information for today's hearing.
Okay. Madam Secretary? Yes. Okay. Very good. Therefore, with respect to case number 37, I hereby find that in case number 37, SMG 032552, that the respondent 1995 Big Island Trust dated August 8, 2020, and Tyler Anthony Vasquez, trustee for 314 Ora Street, who was previously found in non-compliance for the property at 314 Ora Street, remains in non-compliance and therefore order fine in the amount of $500 per day to commence on January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $25,000 of the property is brought into compliance. Case number 38, SMG 032556, 1995 Big Island Trust dated August 8, 2020, and Tyler Anthony Vasquez, trustee at 123 South Wild Olive Avenue and 125, is it 123 and 125 Wild Olive South Wild Olive Avenue, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6 and Article 9, peeling paint, dirt and grime, damaged exterior walls, damaged fascia. Action to be taken, impose fine, continued for progress report, further occupied, not to occupy, utilize the city standards. Ms. Itani, what is your recommendation?
Since the November hearing, again, I've not had contact with the owner. There's no documented progress. Last inspection was January 12th, 2026, and the result was non-compliance. SAC recommends a finding of $500 a day with a cap of $25,000.
Okay. What about I see here for ordered not to occupy. Is there someone occupying these premises?
No.
No, okay. And are they secured to city standards?
For now, yes. I mean,
okay.
He's I'm not exactly sure what he's doing.
Okay.
And
Well, he gets an order saying he's got to pay a fine. He'll hopefully contact you and get this one back on track, because it looks like they're doing something. They're building. I see fresh wood.
yes,
And is it the
it's both structures. The one in the front was supposed to be in compliance,
Okay.
and the one in the back, he was supposed to give a progress on. But
It's what again?
he was supposed to give a progress on the one in the back, the house in the back.
It looks like new construction. It looks like he's building a house. I mean, or is it an addition, or is it?
It was something there before now.
Okay. I just see all new plywood and roofing.
Yeah. I'm not sure the extent of his permit for what he's doing right now.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll get with you and you can straighten that out. Okay, therefore, I hereby find that in case number SMG 032556 that the respondent, 1995 Big Island Trust dated August 8, 2020, and Tyler Anthony Vasquez, trustee, who was previously found in noncompliance for property at 123 and 125 South Wild Olive Avenue, remain in noncompliance and therefore order a fine in the amount of $500 per day to commence on January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $25,000 or the property is brought into compliance. Okay. Is Mr. Stenson the only one who remains?
I think so.
This would be case number 43, SMG 1125-214, Plaza Resort Atlantic Ocean LLC, address 600 North Atlantic Avenue, number 406, parcel number 5304-0906-0010, cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6, Section 6.12, Article 6, Section 6.12B. The action to be taken was continued from November hearing, progress report, and determine a compliance date, but we don't have a respondent present.
Actually, he was president. He was here earlier.
Okay.
And there was a mix-up, and he was told that he wasn't here until February and March, so we would like to amend this case to the next cutoff.
Okay, that seems...
However, there has been progress, and all the graffiti has been removed.
Okay, so he is moving forward.
Yes.
And very good. And that would be to the 2/10 date. All right. I hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number 43, SMG 11-25-214, be amended to allow the respondent, Plaza Resort Atlantic Ocean LLC, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding for the special magistrate on February 10, 2026, for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Well, that was for February 10th. It's an amended order of noncompliance. He's ordered to come back here, and he could be, a fine could be levied against him. Okay. Case number 45, SMG 11-25-224, the Derby Park Partners LLC and the Spring Hill Partners LLC in the Ellie Equities LLC, property at 875 Derbyshire Road, parcel number 244-01-19-0030, is cited for failure to correct violations of the Land Development Code, Article 6 and Article 9. Failure to conform to approved site planning, inoperable exterior lights, damaged fencing, junk vehicles, broken window, outside storage, junk and debris. Mr. Stenson.
Yes, this respondent was first notified on 28 July 2025. Since then, I have been in contact one time. Property is occupied, and there's been little progress. Some lights have been repaired. That is all the progress that's been made. City is asking for the imposition of a fine of $200 per day to be capped at $25,000.
How much is that again?
$200 a day.
Yes.
To be capped at $25,000.
$25,000, okay. Therefore, I find that reasonable. I hereby find that in case number 45, SMG 11-25-224, that the respondent D. Derby Park Partners LLC and D. Spring Hill Partners LLC and D. Eli Equities LLC, who were previously found in non-compliance for the property at 875 Derbyshire Road, parcel number 4244-01-19-0030, remains in non-compliance, and therefore order fine in the amount of $200 per day to commence on January 13, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $25,000 or the property is brought into compliance. I just want to check through and make sure, and if the Madam Clerk, if you could also check through and make sure that we've dealt with each one of these matters, because we have jumped around some. I see nothing further. Therefore, it being 12:45, I call this proceeding to be adjourned.